Got my pretty Jordan shirt on today, representing Michael Jordan, the GOAT. I don't want nobody talking about LeBron this Thursday. All right, it's all about Jordan and Patrick Mahomes. Peace and love, everybody. It's Brother Garfield. It's agree to disagree. If y'all want to come on, the link is in the chat. I'm telling y'all right now, Thunder is ready to smoke y'all today. Smoke y'all. Now the topic is: should pedophiles get the death penalty or street justice? And I made this show topic and everything like around 3 weeks ago. But I didn't know, Thunder. I didn't know. Your brother Garfield didn't know this would have happened. Let me go to my Instagram right away. I couldn't believe when I saw this last night. I couldn't believe. Well, I wouldn't say I couldn't believe it, but I support it. I supported 100%. Supported 100%. Share the show, like the show. Hold on. Now, when you look at this, a lot of people posting this online, this right here. What they're posting is this guy right here. He's tied up in New York, I think in the Bronx, where I'm from. Hold on, let me go to the original spot, the original page. Let me see if I find it on the original page. Let me find it right now. Here you go, right here. New York City goon tapes man to a pole for allegedly being inappropriate with minors. Now, as you see his forehead, how big it is, and how he's looking. This is hold on. Let me see if I can get the picture right. Hold on. Why I can't click on the thing? Why I can't click on the thing? Nah, let me go back to this. Let me go back to this one. So this is the image right here.
Look at your man's though. I'm tight. Hair look crazy. They can bat them up. Oh, how we just see that? You doing bad, bro. Stop touching girls.
Can you do me some respect and on top of me?
Nah, Squad, you're gonna have to feed yourself.
What happened?
You're married. Can you give me some respect?
Yeah.
Can you get my leg loose?
What? Who did you like this?
Nobody.
No more touching little girls, bro. All right. Look at your man's though. Nigga, dumb tight. Hair look crazy.
Do you support this though, Thunder? You support this type of justice?
I don't condemn.
We got a guy in our so-called community that got arrested recently. Polite. Do you think this is how it should have been? This would have been the real justice for touching a young girl?
Well, we got to get the facts of the matter, right? So we have.
I don't need no facts.
Yes.
I'm from Cassia Park in Jamaica. There was a guy named Granny Paul. I told this story before. He used to come at 3, 4 in the morning to get clothes. And the whole community like, yo, Granny Paul here. You see it's like Christmas time. All the lights came on 3, 4 in the morning, and everybody was running to grab that dude. We don't need no source from no cops. We don't need nothing. Nope. Nope. I disagree. Nope.
That's what I'm saying.
I disagree 100%.
Nah, can't do that. So, what's up, Tamika? So with Nah, you can't just go willy-nilly with
bruh. I think this was in the Bronx. If it was the Bronx, I want to say the Bronx is back.
Nah, the main reason why, if this is back, then you tripping. So the main reason why
New York man begs bystander to cut him out the tape, but everyone because he allegedly got tied to the pole for touching minors. Now let me say this to everybody that's watching. If I call up my daughters right now, they're gonna be like, nah, street justice all the way. You see, women relate to this. There's always somebody when you're young. Look at Oprah and Monique right now, the comedian. Because the comedian Monique told Oprah in confidence her brother had abused her sexually. Oprah tried to do a whole show and bring it out and loud it up with her father and all that stuff and put it on other channels behind her back. So she's mad because that's a sensitive issue for her. I'm saying for females who've been abused or even have relatives that's been abused, they don't want to hear about no court. This guy gonna get 18 months. That's like my friend's daughter's killer is gonna be out in 18 months for killing her daughter. You know, these type of things, it's like the system is geared to let you get screwed again. So if they don't do street justice here, what is your option, Thunder? What do you have, Mr. Republican? What are you gonna offer us today? What's your solution?
All right. So this is what you got, man. Number one, people lie. If you tell me you don't need any evidence, you just gonna believe the girl. Now you even say believe the girl, right? Believe the kid.
Let me stop you. If there was no semen stains with Polite's case, would you think Polite was guilty?
Yeah, because we have physical abuse, and we also have drugs, and we also have the mother's testimony. So yes, I would, and we have her testimony. So yeah, I would. But just to have a child, okay, put like this: my best friend, right? His stepdaughter, he got married, but they were playing around, and he kicked her in the butt, so it's going on somewhat, right?
Right.
And she went to her mother and said that made her uncomfortable.
Okay.
And of course, he's saying like, man, it wasn't even like that. I kicked her in the butt and told her to get out of my face, you know. But that the way she perceived it, that could have easily been him on that pole for something he didn't even, you know, it wasn't like that, bro.
No.
You see what I'm saying? So just because she could have went to the police or whatever, that could have blew up way worse than what it was. Like he actually showed me actual.
I gotta agree. I gotta agree.
Thank you. I know you. He had a ring. He has a ring. You know, the only thing helped him out with me. He has a ring camera, and he showed me the whole ring camera footage of what happened. I don't know what was said, none of it, but they were playing around, playing, and then he just kicked him, right? And that could have went crazy.
I kind of have to agree with you. I kind of have to concede that.
A child could get upset with you and accuse you of anything, bro.
I'm gonna give an example. My ex-girlfriend's best friend, boyfriend caught her daughter having sex in the house. He was planning a trip with her to go to Vegas, so he never told her. He said, I'm gonna tell her like when I come back from Vegas. You know what the daughter did? The daughter accused him of trying to have oral sex with her in the house. She kicked the man out. This is the man, breadwinner, helping her pay all the bills, everything. You know what? I believe my daughter. That's my daughter. When they came to me, right? I said, there's a lie detector guy in Queens or a company that you could actually put your daughter, let him do a lie detector test and let your daughter do a lie detector test and see who's lying. That was my solution. You know what I'm saying? Because I said, yo, that's a serious charge, and I hate niggas that touch girls. And I know Jamaican niggas got a problem with young girls. I don't care how many of my Jamaican family want to deny it. I heard too many damn stories. Now watch this. She left the dude. The dude got so mad, he cut the mother in her face with a blade. He was so mad at her. You ain't gonna fuck with no other dude, da 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 da. He got crazy, possessive, whatever. Now watch this now. The daughter comes out 4 months later and said she made the fucking shit up, bro.
So you said that the mother sliced the guy up?
No, the guy sliced the mother in her face. They got into an argument or whatever. But the daughter came out months later and said she made it up. He never touched her. And the crazy part about it is that the dude was a good dude. You know what I'm saying? And to see that an allegation like that screwed up her whole life. Her life. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't think I said this sounds so weird. He gonna go in there and eat her out while the dude that he caught her in the. I'm like, I don't know. This sound like a damn Jerry Springer movie. I'm like, nah, that's crazy.
Crazy. So the reason why I'm not a proponent of that is simply because of the propensity to lie or over exaggerate. So no, I don't agree with that.
I do agree with this guy right here. For some reason, I'm for street justice. I'm not for somebody going to jail and talk about I'm teaching dudes to play basketball and all this bullshit and lying and making videos. I'm not in for that. I'm saying there need to be some sort of street justice because at the end of the day, we claim we love our people, but I don't think the community on a whole is against pedophilia. I don't think so. I think the community is against it. I think no, it's not. I'm talking about the conscious community. I don't think they're against pedophilia.
And these people in here,
they're not against it, bro. They're not against it.
Of course they ain't.
They're not against it.
That's proven. Yeah,
I don't think they're against it. I think they just look the other way when shit happens and say, "Oh, it ain't my daughter." Nah, it could be your daughter. I thought we were one people. You know, it takes a village to raise a child. Where's that attitude at?
Mighty Hebrew is still on these panels. You know,
I mean,
almost still on these panels, bro. I mean, it's a thing.
Yashabel is at least he's in hiding.
Nah, bro. Nah, I'm not gonna.
What about not Soldier Boy? What's his name? What's the name of that dude? Wrong with Young Pharaoh. Nature Boy. Nature Boy is. I think he's on trial right now. He's about to be on trial. But it's crazy.
That crap over here, but yeah. I can't roll with you. I can't roll with you on street judge. Now in the act, yes.
So you got to catch him in the act.
Yeah, I got to catch you in that.
You got to personally see it.
No, somebody got to see it.
But that's what happened with this dude.
Yeah, so if he saw it, handle your business. If you walked in on him and something was going on, or she came out and said, "Hey, this guy's trying to," you handle business. But just somebody told me something, I'm finna believe it. Nah.
What do you think about this whole thing with Usher and should I talk about this?
No, I don't agree with these people, man. I think it's Hollywood. It's acting, you know.
Yeah, that's how I feel. But that's you comfortable. You comfortable in yourself. What about this Kevin?
Stepdaughter's wedding because her real daddy.
I gotta play this video right here. I saw this. I thought this was. I think this is old. I don't know if this is new, but this is a video from Kevin Wesley about dear fathers, and I thought it was very interesting. I want y'all to check this out.
He's the one that's gonna walk her down the aisle. So let me tell you guys about my stepdaughter. All right, she wants her real daddy to walk her down the aisle. Now let me give you a little backstory on me and my stepdaughter. She just graduated from university, which I paid for. Now, she went to an in-state university, but it still cost me about $40,000. Now, I also bought her a car. I bought her a car straight after high school. That way she could go back and forth to school. I bought her a car. She still lives with me and her mother. She does not have a job. Now, she's set to be married on August the 8th. And for the past 6 months, that's all her and her mother been talking about doing, being occupied with, they consume most of their time. Now, her daddy, he don't contribute to not 1 cent on her, not her education, not child support, which is partly her mother's fault because, you know, she didn't fight for that. And that, I guess that's just what the settlement was. And he only around to make promises I do that for you. I do this for you, and then take off. And then she'd be heartbroken. But she adores her father, right? So, like I said, she's set to be married in August. And the wedding venue, I told them they can have it in my home. The wedding venue can hold about 250 people, right? Now, I said, hey, I got a list of 20 people that I want to come to the wedding. I'm paying for this at my house. I want these 20 people to come. Do y'all know Saturday, I see one of my friends at the golf course, right? He's supposed to come to the wedding. I'm like, hey, I'm going to see you at the wedding, right? He said, I only got an announcement. I didn't get an invite. I'm like, nah. I'll let my girlfriend and stepdaughter know to send out the invitations on these few people. And you're supposed to get an invite. He said, I got something, but it was an announcement. So we walked to his car because I want to check, right? And sure enough, it was an announcement. So I went and talked to my girlfriend and said, did you invite those 20 people to the wedding that I told you about? Man, she didn't invite none of them. She said 250 people was a little tight, and I don't think we can get your 20 people in there. Man, I was pissed. And the people that were supposed to come, they pissed as well. Then she's going to say, if any other people that we already invited don't RSVP, then we'll get some of your people in here. I'm like, what? Man, that's crazy, man. Don't even worry about it, man. I'll just be mad. All right? So now, the crazy part about it is, when I check the invitations, they don't even have my name on them. They have her real daddy and her on the invitation that I paid for. I paid for these invitations. How you got a real daddy on there, her mama on there? Cool. Couple days later, I'm hosting the venue at my house, hosting the wedding family at my house, okay? It's me, stepdaughter, girlfriend, groom, and their parents, right? Trying to help everybody get real acquainted. Then a surprise guest shows up, my stepdaughter's real daddy. And I'm like, you know what? Cool. He probably just coming to the wedding, right? But tell me why my stepdaughter proceeds to stand up and announce that her real daddy is giving her away at the wedding. What? The wedding that I'm paying for, that in my house, the daddy don't do nothing for you, is giving you away? Oh, and they were just so happy and smiling. Oh, yay, great. Inside, I was fuming. Inside, I wanted to cry or punch somebody. Probably want to do both, honestly. So I took that time to stand up and give a toast as well. I said, I owe the groom and the bride a deep debt of gratitude because they have opened my eyes tonight. Oh, everybody at the table was just smiling. They have let me know that my position in this family is not what I thought it was. Oh, you should have saw the frowns, man. Now they mad. It done got serious. I let them know I am not the godfather or, the head of the family that I thought I was, the loved one that would be seeked out in times of need. Nah. I realized I'm an ATM. Yeah. So since I have been replaced as host of the wedding, I shall be giving my financial duties to the new host. And I will back out monetarily. Yeah. Yep. Now, after the announcement, a whole lot of snickering was going on around the table, right? A lot of mumbling, but they didn't say anything to me. Nobody addressed me now. Now, later that night, tell me why my girlfriend gonna come to me talking about how I'm ruining so much, how I'm ruining so much for backing out, and how her daughter ain't gonna have her dream wedding, and how her daughter ain't this and that. Okay, well, it's apparent that I'm not family in this family. So the family should take care of it, right? That's my stepdaughter. I mean, it ain't even my stepdaughter, really. It's my girlfriend. I just happen to be around her for the last 10 years. But tell me why the next day, my girlfriend trying to show me how much I'm ruined, right? She takes me to where they planning the wedding, and the wedding planner showed me, all the things they got going down, everything they got set up. I look at the venue. They got some father-daughter dances, right? 3 songs. All of them catered to her real dad, not me. I looked at the food they got. 2 of the dishes got stuff I'm allergic to in it. I just started laughing. Like, they want me to pay for this. His name on it, not mine. His songs, not mine. The food, I can't eat the food. And the 20 people out of 250 that I wanted, they can't even come in my house. Wow. Okay. It's wild, man. So I went on ahead and let her know I will not be there, and neither will my money. Yeah. And they would no longer be at my house either. And you would no longer be at my house or your daughter. Because, yeah, I'm not family. I'm not even important enough to be put up on the brochure. It's crazy, man. Yeah. So I let her know that I'm not paying for it. And you and your daughter can get out of my house because apparently we're not a family. Yeah, we just two people stand up in this house and I'm an ATM. Have fun at the wedding, man. My stepdaughter's wedding because her real daddy is the one that's going to walk her down the aisle. So let me tell you guys about my stepdaughter, all right? She wants her real daddy to walk her down the aisle.
Yeah.
So let me give you a little backstory on me and my stepdaughter.
What do you think about this, bro?
I can't roll with leave it up right there. Now I think the best comment, or at least the fitting comment, is the one that Six Figure so said or so say. He can be upset and hurt, but that ain't his blood. If he really loves her, he still support her, not be all in his feelings. The reality is that isn't his daughter. It is what it is, bro. So I'm out on now. He can do what he want with his money. I agree with that. I'm not saying I'm just saying, bro, you are not her dad. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you was doing it as a favor to her mom or something like that, then fine. But I think, like, my son is not biologically my son, right? So we had a period in which I was distant because I wanted to make sure, let him do his thing with his dad, if that was something he was going to do. Of course, as he got older, he kind of veered more toward me, and then we've been kicking it ever since. But I also gave him that space, you know what I'm saying, to be able to kick it with his biological dad, because it wasn't my fault, it wasn't his fault, it was the girl's fault. The girl lied and said that I was his father. You know what I'm saying? He's named after me and everything. But so the other guy didn't know. He didn't have no clue that was, that was his son. Nobody knew. So I can't be mad at him. So I let him do his thing. But he also, when he got around about 10, 11, he was, calling me dad and stuff like that. So just kind of kept it moving since then. But if he were to venture off into his real dad's life, like you say, he's not my blood. I can't be mad at that. So same thing with him, man. Nah, I ain't rolling with him. Now he could back out. That's fine. But to be mad because he's not considered family, yeah, you tripping. Because you're not.
What I feel, that's a tough situation. We grew up in America, right? And we watch movies like, Jump the Broom and Best Man, and we see all these wedding movies, and we like how perfect wedding would be for my father to carry me down the aisle. I think two things I see wrong from the outside looking in. And ladies, I don't want to speak for the woman. If y'all want to comment,
your girlfriend, your daughter's getting married. Your wife, you broke.
No, hold on.
Let me just.
Yeah, go ahead.
Your daughter get married. You right. Broke. You ain't got no money. Your wife is the breadwinner. She a doctor, whatever, right? And you need her to help pay for this wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Your girl gonna be upset because I ain't consider her mama. Nah, I just don't. I don't think that's gonna happen. Bro.
All right. Now I don't know what the exact situation is, but for those who don't know, I had a stepson when I was married by the name of Jalen. Jalen is in college now. If Jalen has a problem, he still texts me. Up to 2 days ago, he's texting me, "Yo, I got to pay for this program on my computer for college, and I'm the one sending him the money." I don't think about it. I'm not his biological dad. I've been in his life from he was 1 year old.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at me as his quote unquote father. If you look at all my pictures on Facebook, he's always in the pictures. People are like, where you get this tall kid from? He's not my biological son, but I never say that. I call him my son.
Yeah,
That's my son.
100%.
Now, he's probably in the same predicament with that daughter. And what happened is he's doing so much for her, the mom and her, like it's his own daughter. He feels like he should be the one taking her down the aisle. Now, watch this now. Sometimes the father will have a relationship with the daughter and you don't know. They'll call, they'll talk, and they'll talk things. And you know what I'm saying? Because that's her biological father still. And I don't know. I can't read people's minds, yo, especially females. I'm not even trying to read no female's mind. I think all it needed was this. A simple communication. A simple communication. That's all it needed. Hey, let me take this phone call here.
504. I would be in my feelings, but not because of them not considering me being their family. No, I won't be in my feelings about that. I'll be in my feelings because I would say not the family issue, it's just the money issue. Yeah, I think that's what it would be. It won't be because I'm not her family. I am not my son's biological father. I'm not. I wouldn't be mad about that. You know, I'll be mad, yeah, if you trying to play me, you trying to milk me dry. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You gonna jump on my bandwagon when it's convenient. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'll be mad at, not because of no family stuff. No.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough. I just think that they should have told him, like, he's coming and communicate. I think he would have been cool with it. I think, as a matter of fact, I remember which shows I was watching. Was it Empire when they was like he's not gonna take his son down the aisle because he was marrying a guy, Lucius in Empire.
I'm not doing that.
So his son is gay. You wouldn't take your son down the aisle if he was gay?
No.
You wouldn't walk him down the aisle?
No. No. I would accept the decision, but
you wouldn't walk him down the aisle in the church or in whatever building.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, ain't no church.
You and the mother on one side, you on the other side, supporting him in his love.
I support him in his love, but I'm not participating in that wedding. That's what I'm saying. I'm not participating in that wedding. It ain't nothing personal. It's just I'm not an advocate for that lifestyle at all.
504, very, very good, mature point. Very good, mature point. It's not about the real father coming. It's about not having consideration for the person.
So women, the number one thing women desire is love. A man, for the most part, the number one thing that we desire is respect. So that lends to what you were saying, right? About, yeah, you could at least told me. You know what I'm saying? I agree. It's disrespectful. You know, so if your plans was, man, you ain't finna be involved with the menu. We ain't finna invite your people. You gonna pay for everything. Yeah, so to me, that's way past disrespectful. Way past.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why I would be upset. It is a disrespect. I mean, it's disrespectful in all regards. You know, I ain't no picket bank. So, you know, if I'm your family 1 minute, I need to be your family every minute. If not, then yeah, do your thing.
It's the whole thing about the quote unquote stepdad, real dad stuff. It's like, I remember having an argument with my ex-wife years ago. She said, "Remember, Jalen is not yours." And I'm like, wow. Wow.
That's
facts, though. It's facts. It's facts. You know?
But guess what? I'm gonna give you something else. Now, I know you're a single dad, so I ain't speaking on you. But in most cases, the child is not the father's child. Even the biological. It's still gonna be if you went to court and your mother try to get custody of your child and your mother is cool and see how that works. It ain't gonna happen. It's gonna be no custody gonna be with her. Now you can have some sort of joint custody, but she's not gonna lose her custody unless she's unfit. They're gonna say that's that child. That's like how many of you people you know, how many women you know paying child support? It's rare. I know one.
I used to work for Jewish Family and Children Services, ex-addicts homes. I used to go in there and I used to be like not a social worker per se, but just go in their homes and so forth, make sure they're good. And I remember the guy that I work with, Charles Benson, he's the first guy in New York I ever seen won the case in court to get his daughter. And the mother was paying child support for the kid. American Dream. I don't think I don't know if that's a recent video. Because that would be weird. American Dream is actually right. He has multiple wives and a 10-year relationship with a girlfriend. Strange. I don't know if it's somebody else's life he's repeating or whatever, or story, or it's actually him. I don't know, because sometimes he'll do that type of stuff. So I don't want to get too personal about Kevin Wesley and his life with his 2 so-called wives and all that stuff. And y'all know 2 wives is not really 2 wives. Y'all know that. Because you can't have more than 1 wife in America. That's illegal. You could have a girlfriend and a wife, but you can't have 2 wives. All right? Unless you're, what's that singer's name? Frankie Lyman, who married those 3 women in the 60s or whatever.
That was a long time. Yeah, I'm about to say that was a long time ago.
But let me say this though. There was a situation where this was like early 2000s or late 90s, right? This lady had told this guy he was the father, and she was collecting child support although he wasn't the father. It was a weird situation. I don't know how the court ruled on that one, but that was kind of weird. He was not the biological father, but he was paying child support. And I was like,
something about that don't even sound right from the rip.
Thought he was the father the whole time. Did a test. It wasn't him.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I know the feeling, my boy.
I tell you, boy. I tell you, life is funny. All right, so you don't believe in street justice. Let me see what else I want to talk about.
I can't roll with nothing. Again, street justice if we have confirmation. That's it. I need confirmation. Then street justice. I say put a bullet in his head.
They got a new movie coming out, the Bob Marley movie. You gonna check it out? I know you're like a great big time Bob Marley fan. You name your son after, I think him or something to that effect. Are you gonna watch the new movie? You gonna watch it?
I plan to, yeah.
I'm gonna watch it as soon as possible. But I thought this was a very interesting post. A lot of times we do posts on here regarding ADOS and FBA and immigrants and all that stuff, and people complain, why you got to use this actor? He's from England or from Africa. You could have used an African-American actor. It seems like this movie.
That's not a Marley?
Check it out. Check it out. You go listen to this right now. Listen to this post right here.
People, let me tell you something. Watch the Bob Marley One Love movie. Please. America spent a lot of money to make the movie, and they hired some great English actors. But I will comment on this picture here. Ziggy Marley said he wanted a Jamaican to play Bob Marley, but couldn't find a suitable actor.
Wow.
Ziggy, all right, but I talk to you, Bridget. So you couldn't find a Jamaican actor for Bob. No problem. I made that slide. How about, could you find a Jamaican actor for Rita Marley? Or how about, could you find a Jamaican actor for Peter Tosh? Could you find a Jamaican actor for... Or no, better yet, could you find a Jamaican actor for Sydney Breakspeare? Because the lady that you are having playing Sydney Breakspeare have less than 4,000 followers on our Instagram, when I personally know a Jamaican with over 600,000 followers on TikTok alone that could have played Sydney Breakspeare, but I'm not going to call her name. I'm going to throw me can, but me not go call a blood clot foul. I know even people that were passed off for Peter Tosh. Benjamin know enough Jamaica who pass off. You did put 2 Jamaicans in some big roles. One was a white Jamaican, his name is Nesta, and you made him an Australian reporter. Big up Naomi Cowan, you're doing the thing. I went to school with you and your brother. You probably don't remember me. But let me explain something deeper than the Bob Marley movie. I'm going to talk about Jamaica selling out. The Bob Marley movie might attract people to the island for Jamaican people. Let me tell you something. Watch the Bob Marley One Love movie. Please. America spent a lot of money to make the movie, and they hired some great English actors.
Yeah, what do you think about this whole situation? Because I always hear people beefing about stories, African American stories, and who are the actors and so forth. And for some reason, the guy that played Bob Marley is hard to find. I thought one of his children or grandchildren should have played him. That's what I thought, right?
At least.
Because who else looks similar to him more than his grandchildren and his children? Because he has tons of children. Now, they decided to go with this British cast a couple of actors. But what do you think about using foreign actors to play the local? It's just like African Americans complain about Africans playing the roles of African Americans and British actors playing the roles of African Americans. How do you feel about it? Is it a disrespect to the culture?
It is, man. Yeah, that should have been all in-house. How many people Jamaica got? 2-3 million people?
Over 2.5 million.
Yeah, 2-3 million people. You can't find one? Yeah, I'm good. I wouldn't. It ain't got to be Jamaicans. Just somebody from the islands. At least that. Barbados, whatever. You getting a British guy?
Yeah. I'm a support the movie, but I don't know, bro. It's kind of weird because they got so many great actors in Jamaica. I'm like, they could have used so much. It's like you turn your back on your own to produce a product and you're gonna use a foreign. It's like, I don't know. What, we not good enough to act? And like, what's going on?
Man, you know how big that could have been just for the island? I don't
Ziggy,
know.
why did you do that, Ziggy? Why did he?
Yeah, Ziggy. If Ziggy had something to do with that, yeah, he sold out big time. Ziggy probably died.
Controversy now with his mom and Cindy Breakspear because she's like,
who is that? I don't even know who that is.
Cindy Breakspear is Junior Gong's mom. Hold on, let me show you. Let me show you his son, Junior Gong. Cindy Breakspear, Junior Gong. Hold on, Junior
Gong.
This is Junior Gong. Let me show you Junior Gong real quick. You would know who this is. Yeah, of course you.
Tough Gong. I know it's a label, but what did that mean? Where did he get that from? Tough Gong.
I'm gonna tell you in a second. Junior Gong. This is Bob Marley's son, not with Rita Marley. His mom. Let's go on the wiki page. You're gonna see his mom right here. You're supposed to see his mom at the side. Born. His mom was the Miss World. She's beautiful as a mother, bro. His mom was the bomb.
Bob Marley screwed Miss World?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, man, that's wild.
Yep. Hold on, let me put her in here. Cindy Breakspear.
That's crazy. That's what's up.
There she go right here. See? This is when she was
a white girl.
That's her right there.
That's a white girl?
Yeah, well, Cindy Breakspear, she's born in Jamaica. She's a Jamaican. But of course her family was you know what. She's now 69. Miss World 1976, bro. She was the most beautiful person in the world in 1976. Yo, Bob was like, you ain't getting away from me, baby.
Bob screwing white girls. I didn't know Bob was screwing white girls, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Look at that. This is when they was young. Look at that. But the issue is now, I don't think she was featured in the movie.
She wasn't?
Nah, so she's kind of upset. And of course, you know, Rita Marley took a bullet for Bob in the head and all that stuff. So it's like you're trying to violate Rita. So there's this little controversy going on there right now. A little gossip shit.
Who took a bullet in the head?
Rita Marley.
She got shot?
Yeah, she got shot in the head. Yeah.
When was that?
That was back in the days, bro.
Oh, back in the day. I ain't heard nothing about that.
Yeah, let me find that for you. So I knew Bob Marley had 11 kids from 9 women. He had 8 babies. His wife. You see the problem that she's starting on her timeline? No, well, let me see if it's her timeline. No, it's not her timeline.
Wow, Bob. Bob sowing them oats.
Yeah, what you didn't know is Rita Marley had 2 outside babies on him as well.
Okay, good. That's cool. No problem.
I'm glad to hear that, Rita.
I ain't tripping there. They had an open relationship, I guess. No problem.
Yeah. She stood by her man the right way.
Yeah. That's right. You don't care about that. Yes, I matter of fact, I respect Rita even more now.
Bob Marley's wife Rita once took a bullet to the head in an attempted assassination in Kingston. Despite being shot in the head, she survived due to her thick dreadlocks, minimizing the impact of the bullet.
Oh, okay.
So they tried to assassinate Bob in her car in the driveway. The gunman shot Marley in the chest and arm. They tried to assassinate Bob Marley.
I remember he got shot. I didn't know she got shot too. Okay. Man, y'all so jealous, man. Why they trying to kill Bob? What Bob do to somebody?
Gunmen shot Marley and his wife Rita in what many suggest was a politically motivated assassination attempt. She got shot in her head.
Whew.
Yep. But I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is, though, man. It is what it is. Oh, you know what? Let me give a shout out to Mika. She gave me this video. I gotta play this video. Y'all check this out. Let me know how y'all feel. How y'all feel about this video right here. Shout out to Mika one. She had sent me this video.
Bob was half white, but Rita wouldn't. Rita was 100% black.
100% Nigerian. Nigeria, right off the boat.
Yeah.
The only reason why your black ass would be able to come over to America and be able to do anything is because of the hard work, the blood, the sweat, the fighting, and the dedication of African Americans who on this soil changed this land. African Americans are the ones who got this country integrated. Let me explain something to you. White people in this country did not give us anything. We have had to take. We took in the 1960s.
Crazy as hell.
They're lynchings, they're terrorizing, they're burning down of our neighborhoods, and we continue to rebuild and revisit and retwist and re-rise up what it is that we have done in this country. And the only reason why anybody can bring their black ass over here from another mother effing country is because what black Americans have done on this land. And I'm saying this as a person who is bicultural, who is not American, doggone it. My father is an immigrant, and he was able to come over to this country and do something in this country because of the black people who fought, who died, who bled, who were lynched on this land. So don't sit your black ass over there in some other goddamn country talking about what you would do in America. The only reason why your black ass could even get the F over here is because of what we have done. Doggone it. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. The only reason why your black ass would be able to come over to America.
All lies.
What do you think? All lies?
All lies.
Why you say that?
When she's all right. What did black people? How did black people get their freedom?
Depends, because they had no option. I mean, 1965. I mean, they basically made all black people free.
Who is they?
The government. But there was about to be. You remember there was a lot of African Americans. You remember if you watch my shorts on YouTube, I talk about Moses Dixon, how he actually trained people for 10 years. They were going to start a revolution. They come out of your spot, out of Georgia. They was about to have 200,000 people meeting in Atlanta. Hold on. and they were gonna end slavery through a revolution. So it was gonna listen, and this is something that Truth Story actually taught me. Even if they didn't sign that, whatever Lincoln didn't sign that, they was gonna be free anyway. Black folks had enough. They had enough, bro. Yeah, he had 42,000, but he expected 200,000 in Atlanta. Go ahead, brother.
200,000 compared to how many white people? All right. So when Rosewood happened, right? That white lady lied. Do you know how many towns went up? You know how many black people died because of that, man? We were powerless. White people gave us our freedom.
Live on a Zoom, big bro. I hit you back. Go ahead, bro.
White people gave us our freedom. Period. We ain't earn it. We ain't do none of that. Now, did we deserve it? Yes. We ain't earned no freedom. They gave it to us. Number one. Number two, plenty of immigrants, like you say, have contributed just as much as the natives. Let's say the ADOS. So no, I don't agree with her at all, man. She just hollering and screaming about nothing. Nah. I mean, you look at what Marcus Garvey is easily comparable to any one of them. Really?
Yeah, but
maybe not.
She's talking about disrespect. She's not talking about everybody. She's talking about the folks that are disrespectful towards black folks.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying she's saying that if it was not for African Americans, they couldn't even come over here, blah, 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 blah. I'm saying if it wasn't for the work of these immigrants, mainly Marcus Garvey. Matter of fact, let's look that up. Let's look that up. No, I'm not finna stop nothing. If y'all don't know the story about I learned something about y'all. Y'all are ignorant when it comes down to Black history. Like people didn't even know about Frederick Douglass. This is stuff we learned in second and third grade. But y'all don't even know how great Frederick Douglass was. You don't even know how great Ralph Abernathy and all these people. These are giants, and y'all have no.
Why don't y'all come on the panel and beat him up, man?
Yeah, come on the panel.
Comments, talking junk. Come get it. Come get
anybody. The immigrants have been just as instrumental in our freedom here as the ADOS. Facts. Now, who want to debate me? Anybody? Come on the panel. Come on the panel. I'm going to start y'all off real slow. I ain't even finna get crazy. We're going to start slow. Kwame Ture. Who wants some? Who wants some? Come on the panel. And you tell me Kwame Ture didn't have nothing to do with our freedom of black people here. Come on the panel. Come on, Cujo. I like Cujo. Cujo, my guy. Come on the panel. Now I'm going to line y'all up. I'm telling you. I'm going to line you up now. Don't do it.
In what way did Stokely Carmichael help black people? Go ahead and explain that to me.
No, I'm not. I'm going to wait for them to come on, and then we'll go. I give y'all a hint. Mississippi burning. I give you a hint. Mississippi burning. Kwame Ture, man, we ain't even got to go to Marcus.
He daring y'all to come on.
Anybody? Come on.
Oh, I got to talk about this too before. Hey, before you know what, there's a lot of beef going on with the whole immigration stuff and not understanding certain things. All right. Say for example, an immigrant comes from Mexico, from Russia, from Europe, from Jamaica, from Africa, from the Caribbean. They come here. If they go to a shelter, right? You spend $50. Okay, Kojo coming on. Kojo coming to beat you up right now.
Cujo. What you got?
Kojo come beat him up.
Hey, that's absolutely disrespectful and incorrect. And you can talk about West Indian.
Hold on, Kujo. Who are you? What are you talking about? You just came on and started speaking. What are you talking? Who are you talking?
I was talking about what he just said.
What Thunder just said? Okay, all right. I'm gonna mute him. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm saying that that was I feel
it.
Hold
on, nigga. Shout out to Virginia. I mean,
big up Virginia first.
Yeah, big up Virginia, nigga. Come on,
big up Virginia. No, you got me a little hot, man, because I mean, you're a fairly intelligent dude, and people listen to you, and you're saying this shit, and you got people who listen to you that you know they could think you know what you're talking about, and that's dangerous because you can point out a lot of West Indian individuals who came to this country, who aided in this country, but it's not about the individuals. It was more than just an individual who walked across that bridge in was it the Petra Begin for Peace.
Edmund Pettis.
Yeah, it was hundreds of people who did that. You know what I'm saying? There were hundreds of people. And we did get that. We did that ourselves. They didn't give us anything. We can't pretend that the United States all of a sudden felt some philanthropic bad, like, oh yeah, well, yeah, they deserve it. Now, no, we brought their hypocrisy to the attention of the world. How could the United States be this beacon of democracy and this beacon of truth and justice, and its own citizens are suffering under our apartheid system? So no, we did that, bro. We did. Ain't nobody give us shit. That's disrespectful. You talking about somebody that don't know history? You don't know history. If you're saying that you don't know the history, you don't know how our people died for this. And you're going, West Indians, no, they did not. This is our country. They did, in their country, they did what they did. And they did come here. I got love for these. They are our brothers, no question. However, I'm not going to discount myself and my people. Come on, bro.
Hey, hold on.
Was exactly right.
Kojo, hold on 1 second. Hey, Bartholomew, Israel. And by the way, too, a lot of the organizations that started in the 20s and in the 1800s were started by people who, quote unquote, come from the Caribbean, right? All I'm
gonna do is line these niggas up. Don't save nobody. All I'm gonna do is line them up. But go ahead.
So let's be careful because a lot of them is started by Caribbean people. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm X's mom was a Caribbean. Marcus Garvey was Caribbean. The people that started the Hebrew Israelites. So I don't know. I mean, this is how I look at.
The key word is individuals.
Hold on. What I say though is we're all. This is why my next book is called Made in America, Descendants of Enslaved Africans Searching for an Identity. And I talk about the Moorish Science Temple. I talk about the Hebrew Israelites. I talk about the Kemetic Egyptomaniac stuff. I talk about the Christian church. I talk about all the things that got developed here in America. Even Rastafarianism, we could trace it back to what Leonard Howell says to the guy in Chicago who he learned from, who was an African American. So we need to give African Americans the credit that they deserve. But true, Kwame from Trinidad too. Kwame Tourist, you see, Sunday was just lining him up. Hey, true story. Eric Toure Ahmed from Black African Holocaust Council, the group that I was a part of when I just came here. He was assigned Kwame Toure. So one day I had to fill in for him. And I didn't know what, I was so embarrassed thinking, and Yahweh said, you didn't know who Kwame Toure? I said, I didn't know. I had to guard Kwame Toure, who y'all going crazy over right now, before he died. I was on post with him. I didn't know who he was in Harlem. I didn't know who he was.
You knew him as Stokely Carmichael?
I didn't know who he was. Yeah. I knew him as Kwame. He introduced me as Kwame Toure, and I said, I didn't know who Kwame Toure is. But the truth of the matter, now I'm looking back at it, I'm like, damn, I was in his presence. That was a great dude, yo. That was
I didn't know that, bro.
Post for him. I stood post for him. So and what happened is the Nation of Islam was assigned to him. Farrakhan assigned Nation of Islam to him to protect him for like a long period of time. Even when he went to Cuba for surgery, I was there when he was leaving to go to Cuba to do surgery for cancer. Because you know, in Cuba, the doctors over there claim they could reverse cancer. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, the doctors over there.
Dr. Sabi's type of folks or something?
No, the doctors over there. A matter of fact, American doctors go over there to train. Their doctors are so way ahead of the game. Yeah, this is. I know conspiracy shit now. The Cuban doctors are like some of the best doctors in the world.
That's a fact.
The Cuban doctors are no joke. Not no Dr. Sebi hocus pocus. I'm talking like real doctors, bro. A matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna look into it before I mention it again. Hold me to this, Thunder.
Go ahead.
There's a scholarship where America pays money for doctors to go to Cuba to learn or to study under the doctors in Cuba. There's a program for
I don't know about that. I'm gonna take your word for it, but
no. Hold me to it because I need to show and prove. I gotta show and prove.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to it, bro.
Hold me to it. No. Don't. I'm not gonna come up here and do that. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find the program right now.
Hey, Cujo.
Yes, sir.
Who was Walter Rodney?
Oh man, why are you doing this, bro?
Let's talk about Walter Rodney.
Hey, listen.
He's still
you don't
alive.
want to do this, Cujo. Listen,
Yeah,
you my boy, man. I love, you know what I'm saying?
Bro. Let's go.
Nah, I'm
Seriously.
good. I don't need to, man, because you're a good guy.
Let's go. Again,
I
because
know,
what
you're
I'm
a
saying
good
is
guy, man.
my point is we can bring up individuals, but I'm not going to pretend that it was some coalescence between Caribbeans and American blacks. You know, they came here and they fell up under us. That's what happened.
Walter Rodney.
They did.
Walter Rodney wasn't no Caribbean. He was from.
I'm not trying. I know. I'm not saying he was a Caribbean. My mentor worked with Walter Rodney.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Walter Rodney.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me prove my point right now. Look at this. This is 2022, and I just basically Googled it, and this popped up. The U.S. newspaper highlights. This is from the representative of diplomatics of Cuba and exterior. U.S. newspaper highlights training of doctors in Cuba. To become the doctor she wants to be, Raleigh native is going to med school in Cuba. This is from February 14, 2022. A United States newspaper today highlighted the training program at the Latin American School of Medicine in Cuba, especially for students residing in less favored communities in this country. The North Carolina newspaper, the Herald Sun, published a report entitled "To Become the Doctor She Wants to Be, the Raleigh native will study medicine in Cuba," in which it delved into the subject through the story of the young African-American Joyce Malanda. The first resident of that state to go to study medicine on the Caribbean island, Malanda wants to be a doctor who cares for the people of Southeast Raleigh, where she grew up. All right. More than 200 Americans have graduated from the school.
Oh, boy.
About 42 are now enrolled. So you see, I'm not bullshitting. He recalled the ELAM was founded in 1999 thanks to an idea by Fidel Castro. I know I wasn't bullshitting, bro. I know I wasn't. I remember the program, and I'm telling you, because I met him in around probably the same time, 2000. I don't remember when he died, but he had to go to Cuba to do a surgery for cancer.
I'm gonna roll with you. Okay, now share my screen, but I agree with your stoic. I mean, not stoic, grown man. I probably couldn't battle with true story but I think I'll lose, but it'll be a good fight, I believe. Right. So this CLR James.
Hold on, before you go,
it would not be a good fight. You can't battle me.
Before you beat him up, hold on one second. Let me show another thing right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cuba trains American medical students to work in U.S. So it's a program he has had for a while, See, the Americans won't be alone in Cuba. More than 3,400 medical students from 23 Latin American countries. So this is something that Castro was sponsoring for years. But remember, they have a relationship where you can't go to Cuba. So they had to get special permission.
They have embargo.
Right. There you go. Hold on there. Hold on there. Hold on there. Everybody stop. Yo, this is the dude I used to go to college with, man. This is my dude.
Good.
25 years ago. What's up, bro? You freeze up. I can't hear you. For some reason, I can't hear you. I don't know why I can't hear you. You probably have to go out and come back in.
Mike.
There you go.
Hello? You hear me? I'm dedicated as usual.
Wagwan. Oh, your signal. You have to go out and come back in, Ron.
Yeah, hold up. I'm gonna come off and come back in. Hold on.
All right, do your thing. Yeah. Damn. That's memory lane, man. Damn. How the hell he found me? Go ahead, bro. Let me take this off. Go ahead.
Nah, do your thing. I'll wait on it.
You up. Do your thing.
Man. So CLR James. Is it up right now? Okay, yeah, CLR James.
Boy. Well, go ahead.
This is light work, light work, Trinidadian. But we'll get into y'all look him up, CLR James. But this is light work. This stuff I do. All right. Anyway, so you see he was down with the African diaspora, Haitian Revolution. Look at all this stuff, right? He did a speaking tour in 1938.
CLR James. Okay.
CLR James. So he did a speaking tour with all these people right here in America. Now these people were putting in work. A lot of people have contributed. It wasn't just Americans. That's the whole point. That's all I'm saying. You can't just say it was the work of only African Americans that led to our eventual success or our freedom. No, that's a lie. That's a huge lie. You said I'm being Cujo? You said I'm being disrespectful? No, bro, you being disrespectful of the people who actually, man, put in some work. It's been a lot of people put in work on our behalf, man. It ain't just been it ain't been no Martin Luther King, bro. That's all y'all taught. All y'all are taught is Martin Luther King this, Martin Luther King that. Nah, man. This dude was alive before Martin Luther King was even born doing this stuff. But y'all don't know that. And that's fine. I ain't even tripping. I ain't tripping. I ain't mad at you. Because a lot of people don't know this stuff. You think people know what true story know? A lot of, 99% of people on this planet will never know. George Beckford. Who was that? Where he at? He gone?
I think his signal went out. But the important thing is we all don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm gonna do one day is I'm gonna do a show.
You should be the one to do this more than anybody. You should be running down the list.
All the list. Yep. I'm gonna do a show.
Your ADOS argument. You should be doing this.
Yeah. You're right. You see, and that's the thing, though. That's supposedly the Pan-African mindset, saying that everybody's we're just basically descendants of enslaved Africans. But where we differ, I don't think anybody disagrees with that point, although they don't want to use the word African. Where from enslaved Africans is where we start saying, hey, we're Hebrew, we're Nuwapian, we're Israelites, we're this, we're Moors, we're a Nation of Islam. That's where the divide is. The divide is not the fact that we came off the slave ships. The divide happens once we land. We don't want to be the people that came from there. And that's the hatred that I don't like. So there's nothing wrong with claiming that you're descendants of enslaved Africans. That's what I am. I can't change that. Before I was a Jamaican, I was an African. Before we got off a ship, I was an African. So I can't do that. We all have to organize under one common cause, and it's hard. It's difficult. You up, bro.
Everybody. Who was George Padmore? Of course you ain't never heard of him. I ain't even been the trip.
No, Black Alchemy asked a very good question. This is the $64 million question.
What do you say?
What separate Caribbean Black from foundational of Black American that was born here? We have the same bloodline that links us to the continent of Africa. Yes. But the type of chattel slavery, the Jim Crow, I don't think Jamaicans went through Jim Crow. I'm investigating it, but I don't think, because Jim Crow was what? Specific laws that they had against Black people in the South, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Specific laws, they couldn't do certain things. So with Jamaicans, there's certain things you couldn't do also. But what is a major difference is Emancipation Day was 1838, August 1st. You guys never get emancipated supposedly until 1865. So Jamaicans had like a 30-year head start. Plus, some of the things that I learned about African American history, like the stuff. If you guys watch my shorts every day, well, I'm gonna do it every day as long as I can anyway. But when I talk about people in that defeated the slave master, killed the slave master, like I talked about a lady called Josephine today. She killed her slave master by poisoning him, and she actually the Jack Slave Code. Okay. Thank you. Everything is everything. Look up the Jack Slave Codes. Okay. You see, I'm not familiar with American history the way I should be. But I mean, I don't know. A lot of things in Barbados and Jamaica you're gonna see here.
Matter of fact, we can do that.
Jamaica, what makes Jamaica different in any other Caribbean from the United States is Jamaica had far more Africans coming into Jamaica than Africans came into.
Yeah, it was like a
because they died at such a higher rate. So, like, if you're Jamaican, more than likely, your African ancestry is a bit more recent than your typical African Americans, and you would be more. It would be a larger preponderance of people from the Bight of Benin in Nigeria, in Jamaica, as opposed to the United States. There's quite a few in the United States as well, but it would be higher in Jamaica because more people went there because of the sugar. And you're right, the slave system in Jamaica was far different from the slave system in the United States.
What about the intercontinental slave trade though? Because between 1750 and 1800, that's where the North American colonies got the most of their slaves from. It was 3 to 1 compared to a direct.
Are you sure most?
Yes, because remember, 1.2 million came through Jamaica. About less than half of that, less than a third of that stayed back. But I'm gonna say this: they were docking them. Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. When you say a Jamaican slave is different or whatever, remember, some of these people that came here, you had over 400,000 people come here directly from Africa. The other people came from the islands, but it's what I want to get away from. I'm not telling you to follow what I do. I wouldn't call the people in the 1.2 million that came to Jamaica Jamaicans. I wouldn't call them that. I would call them Africans because remember, they were shipped to Barbados, then to Virginia, and some to South Carolina. So if we look at it that way, they're not Jamaican because they came from the island. Now, when I'm arguing with the FBA and the ADOS, I'll say that. But technically, they're not Jamaicans. They're just slaves. They're just enslaved people. But go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I think that's a terrible argument when I hear Caribbeans say that. Because they weren't Jamaicans at all. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. They weren't Jamaicans at all. I mean, the people who were coming from Jamaica probably weren't there for a generation. They were just Africans. They weren't, they weren't like acclimated to that culture in Jamaica necessarily. I mean, there were cases when that happened as well. But I think that 1750 to 1800, that's a bit much. to say that the majority of the Africans who came into the United States came into
3-1. And
came
number
through Jamaica. I would
number
have to
three,
look into that.
number 3-1 or the 3-1 ratio.
I'll have to, but again, you know what I'm saying? We gotta recognize that, you know, that's just was a stop. It wasn't like they went to Jamaica, stayed for a few years, and came over here singing Bob Marley or some shit.
Yeah,
You know,
you're
what I'm saying?
correct. You're correct. You're correct.
So they came. They were Africans.
So this is
But
George
there is a
Padmore.
connection. But go ahead.
So this is George Padmore, Trinidadian. You know Kwame Nkrumah, don't you? Garfield?
Man, I know all these people you're talking about, bro. I teach history. Let's
I'm
go.
talking to Garfield.
Oh,
yeah. I'm familiar with him.
Yeah. So these people, listen, bro. All I'm saying is, don't get it twisted now. Don't. I think she went too far. Now, if you want to jump off the porch with her, you go ahead. But when
I don't think you listened to it.
now,
Did you listen to it? Did you listen to the entire thing, or you
Who,
just
her
took the
hollering
little
screaming?
sound bites? Yeah, I listened to the entire thing. I heard it.
No,
I listened to it last week sometime.
Listen, number one, I couldn't listen to all that hard and scream. I don't like no woman hard and scream. I can't listen to all that foolishness, bro. But I listened to what she said.
Passion. I enjoy passion from time to time.
That ain't passion, bro. That's all. That was borderline hysteria.
No, that's what it's passion to me. You can't tell me what it is to me.
Okay, to me, it's borderline hysteria, right? So she was well over the top, in my opinion. But yeah, the point is, man, it's a lot of people, and I want Garfield, and I appreciate the Hebrew Israelite aspect he's doing. But hey, man, let's get this work, man. Let's go ahead and.
You are correct. We're gonna get this work. That's why if you look at my shorts, I have on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, or even Facebook, I'm touching on one person. But what I'm touching on is what the rebellion and resistance during Black History Month, and I'm touching on people that defeated the slave master, whether they killed them. Today I talked about Josephine. She actually won in court. They went to court for 4 years, and I'm shocked. I've never heard of that before, that somebody killed a white family. She actually poisoned the slave master and his wife and their child, killed them, and they got away. They got exonerated after 4 years back and forth. I've never heard that in my life until today. Never heard that before.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
Hold on. Let me show you.
I want to know more about her.
Let me show you real quick. This is my shorts from today, family. This is what I do on a daily basis during Black History Month. You go on my YouTube channel, watch my shorts, or you could go on. As you can see, I have a bunch of them. I got when killing the slave master is the right thing to do. Got over 9,000 views. This was made like 4 days ago. This is about how these slaves escape, husband and wife. She's black, although she look white. This one right here. She's let me pause it. She's black.
She's black? Oh.
Yeah, the slave master breed her mother, but she's very light-skinned. But how they escaped, she dressed up as a man.
They breed her mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother, probably.
She dressed up as a man and took him, William Craft and his wife, Ellen Craft, and took him as a slave, saying that she took him a slave away, and that's how they escaped slavery. It's a very cute story. Very cute story. Then I
had a hell of a third grade teacher.
Yeah, then you have when the killing the slave master is the right thing to do. How this guy was raping her, she bashed him in the head. Of course, she ended up getting executed. Then this is the guy that William Dixon right here, Moses Dixon, created a secret organization with the 6 men, ended up being 42,000. And when he told everybody to go to Atlanta, he was expecting over 200,000. All right, but this is the one from today. Check this out.
In 1857, Josephine, an enslaved woman, was tried in the state of Mississippi for the poisoning of the Jones family, who became violently ill immediately after drinking a tea that was allegedly served and prepared by her, the family's new cook. Josephine and George, another enslaved person, were tried for the poisoning of Lafayette Jones, his second wife, Eliza, and their infant daughter, Leah Virginia. Josephine was implicated in this poisoning because the Jones' eldest child, a son, and their dinner guest allegedly did not drink the tea and had not become sick. Josephine was purchased by Jones 2 weeks before the alleged poisoning in February 1857. The day before, he had sex with Josephine. The day of, He whipped her twice, after breakfast and before dinner. After 4 years of trials and mistrials, Josephine and George were ultimately exonerated. Peace. In 1857.
Yeah. So these stories and this book that I'm showing in the background is actually a lady that talk about women who were enslaved. We normally hear about men resisting, like Nat Turner, Denmark Vesey, Gabriel Prosser. I don't talk about those people because those are the people that we always hear about. Why they don't want to teach us about poisoning the slave master, or Weems who dressed up as somebody and escaped. We don't hear Henry Box Brown was very went in the box and was shipped out of slavery.
I remember that.
Oh, that's my AI voice. That's my AI voice, family.
Yeah.
But the stuff that I talk about on my shorts is stuff you're not going to see in school. So like Taki, you ever heard of Taki before? Thunder, how you went from
you mentioned him several times.
You went from plantation to plantation. I never learned about Taki until I came to America. They never taught us in school. They never taught us that in school. But these things are important because so people could 10 years from now, you could go to my shorts and just read about these little people, and then you could just Google them and just study them some more.
Yeah, that's why I'm just throwing little names like Jan Carew. He's still alive, but he died a long time. But I'm saying his contributions, man. This dude, like, bro, come on, man. Like, if you don't know these people, that's cool. But I'm saying these people weren't born here.
Dagado.
Huh?
Who was at the symposium with Dia? Walter Rodney. Yep. Arguing for who? That the Egyptians are black and all that stuff. Walter Rodney.
Listen, bro.
That's why it's so stupid to argue about who's a Caribbean. You got bad people in every culture, bro. You got good people in every culture.
You know what? Now, like I say, now we need the real. I get what you're doing, but you're gonna need. It's a lot of Caribbean. When you hear people outraged like Cujo was, or like this young lady was, that lets you know either. Well, it ain't really but one thing, in my opinion. Well, maybe two things. Either they don't know the history of what the West Indians and Africans had to do with our freedom, or they're disrespectful. So one of the two. Either you know it, either you don't know it, or you know it and you just don't even care. You ain't even consider what immigrants did, to help in our fight, man. They had a lot to do with our fight, man. Not no one or two guys. It was a lot of people.
There weren't millions. There weren't even thousands. So no, there weren't a lot of people.
All right. So you're saying that the amount is
from an ideological standpoint. I agree. I feel you. They did contribute from an ideological standpoint. But I'm saying the masses. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to.
Oh, so you need numbers.
Because that's what matters in this situation.
Oh, it does not matter.
When the Germans were dropping propaganda packets on black American soldiers during World War II, they didn't mention the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? When in Vietnam, they didn't mention the Caribbean. They didn't mention the Caribbean at all. They talked about the black people here. I'm not taking anything away from the Caribbeans, but I think if you listen to that woman, or maybe if you read this transcript, since you didn't like her voice, you might get a better idea of what she was saying. But I think that little snippet that you listened to, I think you're kind of taking it a little too far. I'm not saying that Jamaica didn't contribute. I'm not Jamaicans. I'm not saying that Caribbean people didn't contribute. But what I'm saying is that they were a part of something much larger. And that larger was us. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, as long as you are conceding the fact that
there's no point to concede. I never said all. I know you said that.
My brother, you just came. If we rewind this thing, you came on here in a
I stand by everything
as a fire. You came on here like a fireball, trying to chop my head off.
I said
for simply acknowledging
people. That's what I said.
That immigrants contributed to our plight just as much as African American. That's all I say.
Just as much is nonsense.
You fine, no problem.
I mean, what are you basing this just as much on?
You said, what am I? Okay.
Yeah, what are you basing just as much on? How many Caribbean people were hung, were lynched in Indiana?
Oh, now you're doing.
I mean, come on, bro.
Now we're moving the
individual.
goalposts. This is regular stuff.
I
wanted to have a regular conversation with you. Now, if you're gonna move it now, I'm good.
So, Sunday, if I may,
Go
instead
ahead.
of talking over each other, Kyle is here. He's like the perfect guy to moderate because he's not.
Go ahead, Kyle.
What I suggest is let's do 1 point at a time. So instead of him throwing out how many people got hung in Indiana,
you're right.
I don't think, and that's I'm not disrespecting the people that got hung.
It's unfair to you, Garfield. It's unfair to the people.
It's unfair to say, hey, because these 1,000 people got hung, that means Caribbean people didn't help the people in Indiana.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's craziness. What we're talking.
I didn't say they didn't help. That's the goalpost. I didn't say they didn't help.
Hold on, Kojo. I don't want to talk over you, and I don't want you to talk over me. All I'm saying is, let's pick one thing at a time, and then let me get Kyle to speak and say what he got to say. Then he could just take over. I'll just mute my mic. Go ahead, Kyle.
Yo, peace, Garfield. How you doing, bro?
Peace, King. Cancer power. What's poppin'?
Man, cancer power, man. Hey, but I think that this entire conversation, just being hunted with you, is problematic because what we are doing is a form of neocolonialism-based tribalism, and we're separating ourselves simply based on geographic locations. Now, I personally have more in common. For me, I'm from the South, the deep South, same as Thunder. And we personally have more in common with the Caribbean people than we do with people from New York. But does that make me less likely to accept the things that people from New York did to help us in our fight? No, it does not.
Did you actually believe that?
It is a 100%
You mean
fact.
culturally? It's not a fact. That's not a fact.
It is.
What do you mean?
Well, hear me out, okay, Cujo, and peace to you, bro. I know you are definitely deep into these books, right? And I respect that, and I love that about you, brother. But the thing is this: we are all brothers. We have to understand in this thing that we're talking about, something called gradiency, is that we don't make a decision on where we are particularly born at, but we do make a decision about what we choose to fight against. We all chose to fight against systematic white oppression. And if an individual from the Caribbean islands and an individual from Atlanta, Georgia, and an individual from Mississippi and another one from Virginia had similar plights and similar enemies, I'm not going to separate their deeds from what the deeds of the people who lived in the colonial USA from that, because they definitely helped us. I can probably name you more people from the Caribbean islands that helped us than you could name people from the Americas that helped us. Like, if you want to go point to point. All right, let's go. Okay, I don't even want to do that.
That's what I'm trying. I don't even want to.
No, let's do it. Hey, look,
that's not even important.
This is the thing.
That's not even important. Everybody on these platforms claim to be Pan-African, right? Who founded the Pan-Africanism?
There you go. Don't even. That's a body bag right there.
Like these are the roots.
That's a body bag right there.
The arguments are silly. Why can't we just unite? Because we're fighting against oppression together. We are the same people that was in the diaspora together, the Ma'afa, whatever you want to call that in your particular vernacular. Like I'm not finna separate myself from no African people that went through the same things that I did, regardless of geographic location, and fighting for the reduction, the removal of oppression, and fighting for the rights of humanity for anybody in that equation. It is something that is transparent, and it actually conveys over to other people. So if you win a fight against oppression in one of the biggest and strongest countries in the world, these smaller countries like Jamaica and Bahamas and Trinidad, they gotta fall in line because these are subservient countries to the European superpower that the fight needed to be propagated in. That's what I'm saying.
There's nothing wrong with recognizing the fact that we're all Africans. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But one thing I admire about people in the Caribbean is their pride in those nations that they come from. You know what I'm saying? You got the Trini, they get excited when you have their little flag. You have the Jamaicans, you see them riding in the car, they got their flag. They're proud of what made them Jamaicans. That doesn't take away from them being part of our larger Black family. That being said, we are our own as well. We are our own as well. And when you said that people in New York have less in common with them, what do you mean culturally? Because definitely not genetically, but culturally, how? They're from the South too. They've only been up there since the 1930s. 100 years, not even.
That does not mean that they are less oppressed than we are.
I didn't say anything about oppression,
to
brother.
your point.
I didn't say anything about oppression.
No, I'm talking about oppression because oppression is our common denominator that unites us.
Yes,
like
but
when we do this micro segregation and micro
brother.
elitism about us being Americans, we're somehow better than people in the Caribbean.
I didn't say better. I'm not even insinuating that
not better. Different.
I'm
different.
Not.
Can you use the word different? I apologize. Can we use the word
different? I didn't say better
different?
at all. I said we should recognize our solidarity like they recognize theirs, and they do. They do.
The thing is, the greatest power is not having solidarity based on a geographical location. It is solidarity based on oppression. And if we are Black people, I don't give a damn if you motherfucking from the UK, you from Alabama, if you from Mississippi, California, you from Trinidad and Tobago, if you are fighting against systematic white oppression, I am on your fucking side. And everything that you did, I'm gonna say we did that shit, bro.
There you go.
Time out. Where did Josephine live? She lived in Kentucky originally, and she was bought there and brought to New Orleans. That's where the slave master was. All right, for the story. All right, continue, guys.
What makes the people a people, Kyle? What makes the people a people?
A people is an individual ethnic group that has shared culture, language, and
a common history.
And a common history. Now tell me what is different in our people group that we have in the Americas from the people and groups of the Caribbean, because they definitely speak English.
I could show
they definitely have a common oppressor.
North Carolina and South Carolina. There are differences culturally. There are differences between North Carolina and South Carolina.
That's the point I'm trying to make. There is
but what I'm saying is this. Look, I don't understand where you are thinking I'm going with this. I'm not saying anything about anyone is better than anything else. I'm not talking about some American exceptionalism or some American.
Yes, you are.
I'm not talking about that at all.
Yes, you are. That's exactly what you're doing.
Look, I'm telling you,
you are discrediting.
I'm telling you, I'm not. So
you are not acknowledging. Okay, fine. You're not doing it.
Did Marcus Garvey lead the Pan-African movement for U.S. Americans? Yes or no?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so now you gotta throw out for your argument. You gotta throw out everything great that Jamaican brother did because he brought together Americans and Jamaicans and Caribbean people under a common envelope, and he helped us. What you said? When?
Where did he do it? He did it here.
He did it here
in Jamaica.
He did it here in Jamaica. He did it here because he's wise and he's intelligent. He understands that you don't attack a beast at his feet. You go through his heart.
See, culturally, Jamaicans were different because Jamaicans weren't under the same type of subservience we were. Jamaicans have been free since 1832. Okay, then they had that little shit where they had the indenture for X amount of years and all this shit. But they gained some independence. Wait a minute, brother. They gained a bit more independence than the Black American did. So when they started coming over here, they were far more industrial than the majority of our people were. They were far because they didn't have the same type of restraints or constraints, rather. So this is why you got to recognize the history, because their history is different from ours in that aspect.
So you
Yes,
so
there
you
are,
t-
there
you
are
telling
countless
me
things that are the
that
same. There are
you
countless
telling me
things that
that
are the same.
Jamaica, which is a British understudy nation, was not under oppression of the British flag? Are you telling me that?
No, I did not say that. I said they had
But
less.
that's what I
They
want.
had far
That's
more
what I want.
autonomy. They
That's
did,
what
and
I
they
want
still
you to
do to a
get
certain extent.
clear, bro.
I mean,
Because
how was I not clear with what I
the
said? How was I
all
not?
right,
What was
all
not
right.
clear about that?
Let me
What was
calm
not clear?
down because
Stop trying to argue and let's just have a
no, I'm
conversation.
not
I'm
trying to
not
argue
trying
with
to
you.
argue with you.
And
Let's just
I
talk
love you
about
and I
it.
respect you, bro.
I respect you too. Big
when
up
you know
Virginia.
that when you talk about African history in America, you be on your A game with that shit. But what I'm
Thank you.
saying that it is not exclusive to the Americas in North America, the United States of America, because
Our
all these
particular situation is exclusive to us.
no, it's
Our
not,
particular,
bro.
yes, it is.
Bro, we're
Yes,
gonna
it is.
disagree.
Yes, it
Are
is.
you telling me that the people in Jamaica and Bahamas and the Trinidad, they were not fighting against systematic white oppression?
No, but it was different. That's how come they still speak the patois, because they lived, boatloads of people went to one farm. That didn't happen in Virginia.
And
Boatloads of people didn't go to one farm. Wait a minute.
it
It's
did
a
happen in
difference.
the South, bro.
It's
Like
not a better or worse, brother. It's
no,
not a better or worse.
you're right. It's not better or worse. Like let's think about the South, right? In certain places in Louisiana, they were under the Louisiana pressure. They was under the Spanish government or the French government.
The
Excuse
French
me.
government.
Yeah, and
Before
places
1802.
in Florida, they was under the Spanish government. Places in Alabama and Georgia, they was under the British government.
No, Alabama was never under the British government. Alabama became part of the Union in 1820. So no, there was no British government at that time.
This
They
is
were under
prior
Americans.
to
There was no Alabama. That was Spanish territory. There was no Alabama. There was no Mississippi.
All right, cool.
Mississippi came into the Union in 1817.
That's
Alabama
why
came in 1820.
I'm not arguing the dates with you. I'm just trying to make a point.
Black people from Alabama and Mississippi are from Virginia. But we don't talk about that history.
My family did not come from Virginia. They came from North Carolina.
They came from Virginia or South Carolina. More than
North
likely
Carolina.
Maryland.
But
North Carolina, yeah.
The point
the
is
Africans. Wait a minute, let me say something, brother. The point is, our people, the majority of us, descend from Maryland, Virginia, North and South Carolina.
And where did they come from, Cujo?
They came from
the Caribbean.
No, they did not.
Yes,
they came from the Caribbean. It was only a stop. They did not.
Bro, I can show you in North Carolina.
You know what I know for certain?
Records,
I
bro.
know they didn't come after 1770. I know that.
Those people came from the Caribbean because
they didn't come from the Caribbean. They weren't the same people. That's not
they
true.
were.
They came directly. Dude, man, I do this shit for fun in real life, bro. That's not true.
I do too, because it not only is it referring to what I learned about African history, it refers to my family in particular. So I understand how these things work. You understand? Like most slaves that went to North Carolina, South Carolina, came from the Caribbean islands, especially.
That is not. Where do y'all get that from? And if they did go to the Caribbean, they weren't there for no generation, bro. They wouldn't even come here speaking English.
What I just said, it was a breaking station. They sold the slaves there.
No, see, that's the thing, man. Look, y'all hear something. Y'all hear something. Now I don't mean to say y'all, but we hear something and we just roll with it and think that it was always like that. Do you have hundreds and thousands of ships that came into Annapolis, Maryland? You had more than that came into Charleston directly from Africa. It wasn't no.
I'm not disagreeing with you. You talking about Igbo land and stuff like that. I'm not referring to that group of people.
I'm not talking about a specific.
I'm saying that we have a very diverse people in group. Do we not?
Yes, and it's different from Jamaica.
And that diversity means that we have diverse backgrounds, right? And we need to be respectful of all the backgrounds of the people in our particular ethnic group, because we have no monolithic ethnic group. We have a goulash or a gumbo of individuals who came together to form a ethnic group. Now, because a person spent 100 years or 10 years in Bahamas, it doesn't make them less oppressed than what I am. Like, that's crazy. I think he dropped off.
Did he?
Yeah.
for
Okay,
American
well, cool.
oppression.
Oh, he back. He back.
That's not what's important to me. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that they are distinct people. Jamaicans are a distinct ethnic group. Trinidadians are a distinct ethnic group. The Guyanese are a distinct ethnic group, and so are American Africans. We are a distinct ethnic group. I'm not saying that it's better. I'm not saying that it's worse. I'm saying better and worse are subjective terms. The shit is silly. I don't want to talk about that. That's silly. I'm not saying it. But I am saying we are different.
That's
We
the
are
problem though.
distinguished.
We do not have a distinct ethnic group. We have
do.
We have
We
subcultures.
We have
We
several,
have
actually.
subcultures to our ethnic group. Those subcultures do not remove the fact that these are similar culturally backed people that fought against the same oppression.
I mean, you keep on bringing up fighting against oppression. Why?
That's the reason
It's
why
bigger
you
than
have.
fighting against it. We were fighting against oppression when we were being sold all over the United States. We were fighting against oppression then. We were fighting against oppression when we were thrown in coffins and marched from Richmond to damn Georgia. We were fighting oppression then. But that happened to us. That didn't happen to Jamaicans. That didn't happen to
They
Jamaicans.
can't walk across the.
Look, when I did my little ancestry thing, I came across several cousins, several people that live in the Gulf. You know what I'm saying? And they all, the ones that I reached out and that I communicated with, they were like, oh, so you have family in Mississippi. And when I told them they were from up here, their family was from up here, they didn't have a clue. And that's ridiculous because y'all do learn that in school because I read the curriculum, but it's ridiculous. We don't realize, we think that we just killing each other because we're black. No, we have a similar experience. We have similar culture. We speak the English language. Despite the different accents from region to region, we use the same type of syntax. This is something that we developed in the 4 states I mentioned, Maryland, Virginia, North and South Carolina, with the little exception of Georgia. That's how we became. We became a people like that. We were in those areas longer than we've not been in them. We've only been in the Gulf region, brother. We've only been in the Gulf region for 200 years.
All right.
That's it.
Can I rock out now?
Yeah, go ahead. You rock out, and then we got somebody who just joined. So go ahead. You take it on.
Cool. So the thing that you're doing is very problematic into the unification of African Americans. African Americans it's not exclusive to people who live in the United States of America. That's crazy to even have that type of ideology, because this entire thing that we're talking about is about unity of African peoples.
So you have no problem with Jamaicans recognizing their solidarity as Jamaicans?
Hey, cool, Joe, you gotta let them rock, bro.
No, because
we got somebody new. We got somebody new on the panel.
If you look on my picture, my screen picture, my icon, whatever this shit called, you'll see I got an Alabama shirt on. It does not mean that I have been through something that's greater or less great than a person like Thunder that may have a Georgia shirt or a Georgia thing. But what I'm saying is, regardless of our tribal ideologies, we are united in our oppression and our struggle to fight against said oppression and unite. That's the point that I'm trying to make. So if an individual that is in the Bahamas, that's probably 100 and 200 miles from the Key West, Florida, why are they less in the struggle than a person like myself that is about 1,000 miles from Key West, Florida, from them? Because they're not. It's simply about geographic borders, and these geographic borders give a lot of people problems when we deal with unity and unification of an African people.
All right.
What type of African people are we? What type of African people are we?
We are African Americans.
We are American Africans. What type of African people are Jamaicans? They are Jamaican Africans.
Is that not the Americas?
The United States uses the moniker America.
Is that not the Americas?
No, it is different. United States.
And that's what I'm saying. You are.
Come on, bro.
What you are doing is colonial based. You are doing colonial based tribalism.
This is my history. I'm the result of it. How can I not recognize my individual history? There's nothing wrong with we are brothers at the end of it all. Yeah, but we need solidarity amongst ourselves.
Do you feel that you are different than a person in Belize? Do you believe?
Yes.
What makes you different than that person?
Because I'm from Virginia. And I grew up eating corn. I grew up eating cornbread. I grew up in this culture. I grew out of this soil. I didn't grow out of the soil there.
They didn't,
I
bro.
can distinguish
They
myself from
definitely
that person.
got corn.
Big up to him, though. I mean,
They
we
got
got a lot
corn
in
in.
common,
They got
too.
corn in Belize. I don't know if you ever been there, bro.
Dude,
That's where the
no,
corn. That's where they
Virginia
have
corn is. We got something special, bro.
What are you talking about, bro? You cook your corn differently, nigga. That's the only difference.
I gotta cut y'all off.
Rice in North Carolina,
Hey,
bro.
Cujo.
You cook your corn differently.
Kyle, stop. This is my show now. So y'all rocked out at least a good 10, 15. All right.
Hey, so Cujo, no, nothing but love, man. Thanks for the
No, you
you
ain't stop it. I want to let our brother Q Butter in. That's it. And y'all can keep it going. Y'all see who matter of fact, before Q Butter go, let me briefly go over this young lady here. Matter of fact, let's do a small recap. So the recap was this young lady became, in my opinion, she was hysterical, saying that the Nigerians coming over here disrespected the African Americans, and that African Americans were the only people that really matter. In other words, so I'm saying
she didn't say that though.
No problem. That's what I got from it. If I'm wrong, I ain't the first time I'm wrong, Cujo. But that's fine, right? So I'm willing to admit that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's what I got from it. She disrespected, she totally had no regard for any immigrants in our plight. That was the point. So in my rebuttal, I've mentioned several people that had a lot, in my opinion, to do. They contributed, in other words, to our plight that we are living today. This is only this, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna just do a little small intermission between y'all talking. This is Laurie Dorcor Kofi. She was alive for 33 years. Religious leader and a Pan-Africanist. I think what's called just brought this up a few minutes ago about Pan-Africanism and Marcus Garvey. She was born not in the Jamaicas, not in the Caribbean. She was born in Ghana. She moved here, and let's just say y'all look her up, and we'll just leave it at. But you see the UNIA, she contributed a lot in her short life. This is Laurie Adorcor Kofi. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna keep doing this over and over. So I don't care if you get tired. I'm gonna do this over and over because I'm gonna drill in y'all head that immigrants contributed to our plight as well. So with that being said, go ahead, take it away, Q Butter.
Nah, they was going in. Kyle was sounding like a straight Pan-African. I was just sit back like a word. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what he didn't say nothing wrong. He didn't say nothing wrong. Like some of these perceptions that people have, only greater exemplifies the need for us to have a real solid education.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like a Pan-African perspective. And I don't even know how to describe studying the diaspora without saying Pan-African perspective, like a diasporic perspective, because you clearly see the disconnect in the association, like of blacks is really. I never even was privy to this as a New Yorker. This is very new to me. It's very
Hey, Q Butter, and peace to you, Stan. How you doing?
What's good, baby?
Man, you already know I'm not even a Pan-African. I can see this shit, bro. It's clear.
It's clear. I'm lost. Yeah, I'm lost.
Like I gotta teach a Pan-African how to be a real Pan-African.
No. See, when people in Nigeria, when they're on their Pan-African shit is not in Nigeria, they come to the stage as Nigerian because they have a unique history in Nigeria that makes them Nigerian. And it differs from region to region. Huh? Excuse me?
A Pan-African Nigerian is not going to come to America like
I didn't
that.
say anything about them coming to
The average
America.
Nigerian is not a Pan-African.
I said a Nigerian who is a Pan-African. I'm not talking about the Nigerians that be trying to take your money. I'm talking about a Nigerian who is a Pan-African. he would come, or let's just say a Ghanaian. He would come, he would be a Ghanaian African. But he would
Do
come
you
to the
know
table as a
do you know somebody
Ghanaian,
from?
excuse me.
Do
He
you
would
know
come to the
somebody
table.
from Ghana that's a
Yes.
Pan-African?
Yes, I do. Yes.
And they came to America and they have a they have a nationalist perspective versus a Pan-African perspective.
No, they recognize that they're Ghanaian, and they also recognize that they're Khan, and they celebrate that part because that's a part of their culture. However, in the larger picture, they do recognize that those of us in the diaspora, which all West Africans were affected by the diaspora. So they do recognize that cultural connection from that aspect. Of course, yes. We have a lot of things to put us in common with all Africans worldwide throughout the diaspora. No question.
But that was my
I'm
point,
not
though,
denying that.
Cujo.
I'm not fighting
Cujo.
against that.
Cujo, that was my point of pointing out my shirt. My shirt is out from Alabama, Thunder from Georgia, you from Virginia,
Big up
Q
Virginia.
Butter and Garfield, y'all from New York. That is a geographical location, but it does not mean that is your uniting factor with other Pan-African individuals that want to unite to fight against systematic white oppression. That's my point. Like you could be in any of these places that I just named, and you could be outside of the continent of the United States the country of the United States of America, and still be Pan-African and still fight for the liberation of African people that were oppressed by white supremacy.
I don't understand why what I'm saying is not agreeing with what you're saying. I said I agree. That makes perfect sense. I'm saying that
you just argued me for like 15 minutes.
No, but I'm not saying no. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm not articulating myself properly. I'm not saying that at all. I recognize that. I do recognize it. At the same time, I recognize my American, that I am an American. I recognize that because I have more in common with you. I have more in common with Thunder, even Q Buddy, than I do with Garfield. I do. Absolutely.
Absolutely. But geographically, yeah.
No, it's beyond geographics. It's beyond geographics.
That's my
point. Product of circumstance, cause, and effect. These people who developed this culture in Jamaica, they developed that culture in Jamaica, and we often don't realize how America affected Jamaica culturally. But
Jamaica affected America culturally.
Wait, hold on.
Nah, we let them off. Hey, time out. Kojo, time out. I'm not letting you off the hook with this. I'm gonna pick on Garfield. It's fucking
Who
Jamaica.
is DJ Cool Hurt?
Let's do it this way. Hey, Q Butter, what's up, by the way, Q Butter? Hey, listen to this, Kojo. You are different than Garfield. How? Explain to me. Break it down. What type of foods you eat? You talking about the foods?
I'm different from you from a cultural perspective. I mean, you're an American, so we're
pretty
similar.
No, cornbread, y'all eat.
Yeah, corn.
I go to Amy Ruth and eat the cornbread, all that cornbread. I go to Junior's. And eat the cornbread. What I mean?
We are different because we have.
Kojo, where you live right now? You live in Virginia?
Yes, I live in Richmond.
All right, I'm coming. Next weekend is Dr. Mayat's thing. I might be in Baltimore. I'm going to drive to Virginia and meet up with you, right? But watch this.
That'd be awesome.
Me and you go walk down the block in front of the police station, and I want to see who he's going to stop. The fucking Jamaican.
No, I get all that, brother. I'm not saying we just niggas. I get that part. But I'm a historian. So I'm looking at the history because that's what makes a people a people. When they have a common
historian, how come you ain't do no presentation on Garfield channel yet? Why the hell are you talking about your historian?
Because you don't fuck with me. You don't like me, dude.
Come on and
would you agree though? Would you agree that people from Virginia are more closely culturally related to people in New York? Can we all agree to that?
You need to share your screen?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be doing this on and on.
I mean, culturally, genetically.
Let's walk with me for a second. And so people from Alabama would be more culturally related to people in South Florida and Georgia, right? And people
depending
from
on
Georgia,
what part of Alabama. In southern Alabama, yes, they would be like the Panhandle people. They sound the same and everything. But people in northern Alabama, they would be more like people in Tennessee.
No, I am from Alabama, Cujo. Like,
Yeah, I know.
understand
I
that.
can read though.
I'm talking. No, what I am saying is, so people in Birmingham, where I'm from, are more culturally related to people in
Georgia.
Montgomery, and Montgomery is more culturally related to people in Mobile, and Mobile is to Tallahassee, and Tallahassee is to Ocala, and then Ocala is to Miami, and Miami is to
Yeah,
Cuba.
but
Right?
why?
Go ahead,
Why?
follow
Why?
my
No,
train.
no. Wait. Stop
No,
right
no.
there.
I
Why?
want you to follow what I'm saying,
No,
bro.
you don't have to
Please.
talk to me like I'm a child, dude. You can just
No,
have a
I'm not.
conversation with me.
No, we ain't doing that.
I'm not doing that. If it came off that I was doing that, I apologize, bro.
No, go ahead,
Because
bro. I'm sorry.
I know you're a man, and I'm just trying to get my point out. That's all. What I'm saying is that we got to understand gradiency. Gradiency means that there is no fluent culture. Culture is going to develop and change as far the way you get from the epicenter of that culture, and that's okay. It does not mean that these people are not more related to me. What I am saying is that if you look at the culture of people in the South, in Alabama, where I grew up at, and you compare those people to people in the Caribbean versus people that live in New York, the people that are in the Caribbean, I am more culturally connected to those individuals based on their lifestyle, their foods, the way they talk, the way they articulate their mastery of the British language. Like, I can understand anything Garfield says. He get mad. Why y'all bomb with all that type of shit? I get what he's saying, because this is the same way that I talk in Alabama. I be talking that country shit, and what I'm saying is, like, we have a similar.
Come on the panel, man, please.
Yeah,
please, Truth, come on the panel.
Yeah, come on the panel, Truth. Break this down, man, because you got the resources and
you'll be great, man.
Articles for it.
But can I respond?
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead.
And I apologize again, though, Cujo, if you thought I was being offensive.
Nah, man. Perhaps I took it personally and I shouldn't. So I apologize for even doing that. But no, what I'm saying.
No, it's not a setup. Go ahead.
No, what I'm saying is, like, this culture that developed in Alabama, you know, this culture that we're talking about that developed in Alabama, it developed over time, right?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah.
Right. So it developed over time, right? You pointed out all these areas that are similar, that are close, and the reason is these people came off the same plantations. They literally came off the same plantations. I mean, we can't look at history like, you know, like black and white pictures, because it makes us think that it was so long ago. You know what I'm saying? 100 years ain't shit in historic terms. But the reason those people are similar because they came from the same place. You got, like, between North Carolina and South Carolina. In the northern part of South Carolina, that's when you start eating the rice. In the southern part of North Carolina, they start eating rice. The further you go down 95, you have more rice than corn. You have more rice because that was the staple crop down there. That's what they grew in South Carolina. Also, they imported Africans directly from amongst the Mende, who were rice farmers. And before that time, they attempted to import people who had knowledge of indigo development. So you had different types of Africans going to different places. It wasn't just arbitrary, like we've been led to believe. You had different people going different places. And during the domestic slave trade or the intercontinental slave trade, which was from 1808 to 1860, where you had more than 800,000 people sold from Maryland, Virginia, and the Carolinas to the Gulf region. And this is why we have these things in common. That's our history. That's our collective history. That's something that we have in common. That's something that we should know. That's something that should bind us, regardless of where you live now. There's nothing wrong with Jamaica. There's big up to Jamaica. There's nothing wrong with that. But they have that. They have theirs. And we have ours. And we should have solidarity amongst ourselves.
Well,
we should.
What about the removing and the pushing of, like, black people who went and fought against, like, the British and then thousands?
No, yeah, you're talking about like the Revolutionary War in the War 1812.
Yeah, you know,
when
like
they sent the niggas to Nova Scotia and then they sent them to Sierra Leone. Big up to them too.
Yeah, so it's like I don't see, like, the disconnect.
Yeah, but again, I'm talking about the masses of us. There are exceptions, but I'm talking about the masses. The masses of us are still here now, and I'm referring to those people. Like I met a chick from Liberia who family had come from North Carolina. You know,
But
but
are you
she's
saying
straight
it?
up.
Are you saying it?
She's
Well, I mean,
straight,
are you saying it's more? Is we should focus on us now alone, or we should not have a like?
amongst ourselves, we should focus on ourselves. But in the totality, when we're dealing with, on a from Pan African perspective, we look at it from a Pan African perspective. But yes, we need to get our house straight.
But where
That's
I don't
right.
want to know where does it say? Because a lot of people say that like there's nothing in Pan Africanism that says you're not supposed to clean your house first. Like
I didn't say
honestly,
I'm a Pan Africanist, brother. I didn't say anything negative. I didn't say anything to down Pan Africanism.
No,
I
you
am a
ain't no
Pan
Pan. All right, now you.
Now,
I think
how
you
am I
might be
not a
going too
Pan
far.
Africanist?
How?
Am I not a
In
Pan
what
African?
way?
Because I don't agree with you.
You
No,
are a
I'm asking you. In what
Pan-African
way?
Americanist.
Is that how it works?
Yeah,
don't
you
agree
are
with you, so I'm
African
not a Pan
Americanist. I
Yeah,
don't know
you
if
a
you're Pan
Pan-African
Africanist.
Americanist. That's
You
No,
African
I'm a Pan
Americanist, bro.
Africanist. Dude, I was a Pan. I've been in this shit my whole life, bro.
No,
I am a
I'm just
Pan African.
saying your talk don't your. I know
Don't
you
matter.
buy your fruit, bro, and your fruit ain't bearing what you saying.
Yeah, but your taste buds ain't ready for what this fruit
Okay,
brings to
no
the table,
problem.
apparently.
No
Because you don't know
problem.
what you're
Nah,
tasting if
you
you
might
think
be
that.
like you might be saying that, bro, but that's not like
No, just
the
the way
heart
you
of
taking it.
the centerpiece of Pan Africanism is connecting Black people throughout the diaspora.
Connecting Black people from where?
Throughout the diaspora.
throughout the
Right.
diaspora, bro.
Where are we from as part of that diaspora?
Africa.
We're from fucking America. As part of the diaspora, we are from America.
No.
No, hold on. Hold on. Wait. All right, hold on. You see how you're saying?
America is
You see
the
the from part?
diaspora. We have been shipped to the Americas.
It's
Yeah.
diaspora. It's
S.
not diaspora.
If we make the colonial pride precede the reality of a Pan-African, like yes, we have realities that Brazilians have. If we set in our stone and stand on our square of our cultural differences set in part by our geological regions, we're never going to work together.
Who told you that?
West versus
why
East,
do you believe that?
North versus South. Forget going out of the country. We ain't got to go out of the country like
I'm not
Thurgood
saying
Marshall.
you got to disagree with people. I'm not saying that. I can recognize that I'm an American and still be a Pan-Africanist. I don't understand why that's even I don't understand.
No, we're not talking. You're disregard. Okay, let's take a quick commercial break. Claudia Jones is was born in Trinidad. Active. She's a political activist. She was so active she became a communist and she got thrown out the country, out of America, right? So it's a lot. We'll go into her life as well. But there's a little brief break. Claudia Jones, go ahead, keep going.
I lost my train of thought. But you had said something earlier, Thunder.
About what?
God, I wanted to rip it too, but I was trying to be polite. It'll come back up.
I can do the recap again. Ain't no big deal. So I am. My point is.
I got it.
Go ahead.
You misrepresented what the woman was trying to say. She wasn't saying what you said. She said because you got to look at it contextually. She was responding to people who came on her page from Nigeria, especially. That's the country she mentioned. Said people that came on her page saying that if they were in America, they wouldn't be bullshitting like Black Americans.
Yes.
And they were saying how we're squandering this and squandering that.
We got
her
that
response.
Now
her response was that. But see, the thing is, like from your perspective, we aren't even a we here. We're just a bunch of Black folks. We don't have a common history. We don't have we're not a people. And that's what I'm saying. We need to develop into a people, to have some type of, even to form a body politic. There's no such thing as a Black community.
No,
that's
my
just
brother.
something that white folks told us.
I'm not talking about this Pan-African stuff y'all talking about. I'm not having the same conversation. My conversation is this: immigrants, and I have been this the whole conversation. I'm not changing nothing. Black immigrants from other countries have contributed to our plight here. That is what I said. So for the ladies' argument was because they're from Nigeria, aka another place, they don't have the right. That, in other words, she said that African Americans created the opportunity that Nigerians are involved in, right? That they're benefiting from. And I'm
the
telling
Civil
you,
Rights
that's
Act
true.
did make
But
immigration
don't
possible
disregard
from
what
Africa.
immigrants have contributed as well.
But see, that's what I'm saying. You didn't listen to her saying it. That's not even her argument. She wasn't saying that at all. She wasn't saying that at
Hey,
all.
Garfield, can you play her
No,
historical?
you have to listen to the whole thing. There's something called context. You can take out some sound bites, but that's why I said maybe you should listen to it all before
I
you
can't
comment
listen
on it.
to no hollering woman, bro. I can't do that. I don't have the patience.
Dude, you can do anything. Your ancestors got
No, I don't.
your
No,
ancestors survived
I'm telling you
slavery.
what, I
You
can
do anything.
Now you can
anything.
do it. I
You
can't
can do
do it.
anything.
No, I'm good. I don't have any woman
Yeah, I
that's
say you
hard to
should read the
screaming, I can't
transcript
listen
then.
to them.
Yeah, I think that perspective,
that's a disadvantage.
To respond to that perspective from, I guess, like from a xenophobic angle, I guess is what they're alluding to. The Pan-African perspective would recognize that people in the other countries are only seeing what's being marketed. And we know that media is showing Black people look lazy. We look like we're just doing a bunch of BS. We don't take care of our family. So we got to recognize and educate them. Like, look, that's not the bulk of Black America. The bulk of Black America is middle-class people that's trying to do better, push better, and they're not walking around looking crazy and doing a bunch of, stuff that you think that people are portrayed to see as Black people on TV. That to me is the first space where she's, that's where I would meet the people at, because we know that's like, even in our own country, people see me with my hat to the back and say, you better not be he can't work with no school. Like, our own self, like how we see ourselves and how we judge ourselves is very condemning in our community. So that's to be like, as a Pan-African, I know that. So to me, it's just supposed to be see through that and educate the person around that.
I agree with that.
Yeah, the Pan-African thing, I'm not a fan. I'm not Pan-African at all. But I absolutely share my screen, Garfield. I refuse to disregard the contributions of immigrants to our plight.
But the lady's point was, you wouldn't have had a mass immigration of people coming from Africa without Black people in America fighting for that. Then that's the truth.
Without them.
That's the truth. Look.
And without them.
Look, without who?
Without the immigrants that she's talking to.
No, nigga, I said, that's why I say it's contextual. You have to look at what she was talking about. You're making an argument.
Let's think about this.
Play it again.
I want y'all to think about this logically, right? So if America, quote unquote, is the greatest country in the world, where do you go to fight for your civil rights in a place that you have been oppressed? You don't go to the subservient, the smaller countries. You go to you go to the head of the beast and you cut the head off. So Pan-Africanism will be sprung in the Americas, and it has been sprung in the Americas, but it does not neglect the fact that we have Pan-African brothers throughout the diaspora that helped to launch that movement.
America is just the biggest stage. It's the biggest media platform in the world. And that's how come America.
I think you just missed everything I just said, bro.
Yeah. I didn't.
Like to be the Super Bowl champions, you got to go to Las Vegas and win the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah,
bro. That's the children thing.
No,
when you asking me to say right when that's obvious.
No, well, I'm not.
I mean, you could just say it. You can say right and keep on talking. You don't need me to say right. Of course, you're right. Yes.
All right. So in order to fight against white supremacy, you have to fight against the superpower and win that quote unquote championship of white supremacy, and that was won in the courts of America, and that decision.
No. I mean, it was won for Americans in the courts of America.
No.
What
happened in
the international attention? Did you miss that part when I said that earlier? It's the international attention that the civil rights, like we say stuff like, you hear these silly people now, they'll say stuff like, oh, that marching, that marching. Them people getting bitten by dogs, that shit affected the world. It made Africans on the continent recognize us. They weren't looking at us like they look at us, like me and them look at us now, like how Cuba just said. They looked at us with admiration because they saw what we were going through.
And where those and where the Caribbean people and part of that though, bro. That's the
But I mean, but see, there could have been. I'm not saying that it's impossible that Caribbeans there were not any Caribbeans involved in it. I'm not saying that that's not a possibility. I'm not. But I'm saying that overall, even if they were Caribbean, they were culturally here with us. And that's the thing. I kind of got to repeat my statement a little bit because I would have a lot in common with Garfield.
Ideology, they were here with us because we have the same ideology. We are all fighting against white supremacy, bro. And this is just like, for instance, when the March on Washington happens, that march don't happen from niggas that only live in Washington. People come from all over, multiple different states, multiple
all
cities.
over the world, actually. All over the world.
That's proving my point. And they all came together to fight against a system, right?
They came together. They came together in union with Americans. Yes, they did.
No,
yes, they did.
You see how you say that American part, bro? That's the colonial pride,
that's
bro.
That's the truth, though. I don't care.
I know when you're saying the truth, but
I don't need no pat on my back and shit.
No, I look. Nobody's
I don't care what you call it. It's the truth.
All I'm saying,
brother, nigga, no.
Look, what I'm saying, look, brother.
Ain't no little brother. Cool joke. You gotta calm down, bro.
Nah, ain't no little brother.
We're gonna agree to disagree. We're gonna be respectful.
I didn't say little brother. I said brother.
We ain't doing that, man. We're not doing it, bro. I'm telling you right now.
I said I apologize.
Okay, no problem.
I'm saying because it's if we're if you and I could identify as Pan Africans, it's the language that we're also saying. You see what I mean? There's a language that separates and creates a closed space for communication. And we're looking at it like if you hear what Kyle is saying, he's speaking it in a way where all of these different people throughout the diaspora who are taking on the onus of fighting against the overarching system all represent the same flag. So when you're saying that's the American part, I'm like, bro, you got people who were fighting who were not part of America, who were Francisco Menendez, Gaspar Younger, Haiti. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who contributed to the idea of being empowered and fighting for your freedom and spread that throughout the diaspora.
I get that, but that's not what the lady was talking about. What she was talking about, like I said, is how the passing of the Civil Rights Bill opened up immigration of black people from African countries. She was saying they would not be able to come over
now
here.
That argument,
had not been for the sacrifices of those black Americans. That's all she was saying, and that's the absolute truth.
That argument sounds really good. It does. However, you would have to think about, did we push to get the black immigrants who were born in the 1920s?
Yes. Oh, no. In the 1920s, we had no power to do so. Yeah, you're right. Not in the 1920s.
And what about the 1850s when there was a huge 1880s when the huge immigration push? Like I couldn't see. And then
when they came over here on the British schooners and they started working along the coast. No, those were individual. That was individual.
When they opened up the island of New York City been flooding up with immigrants. That's why I'm like and then to say that we open the doors for immigrants, we're not inside the immigration office saying which Africans can come into the country.
Man, the Immigration Act was passed, bro. That's what I'm saying. We got to know the history.
In the Immigration Act.
Look at the Immigration Act. Look up the Immigration Act.
Listen to what I'm saying. With the Immigration Act, along with many other acts that were passed.
1968.
Along with other acts that were passed, unfortunately, we did not read all of the red lines, all of the dots on the lines. We did not read all of the paperwork. So when you're saying we let the immigrants in, we open the door, all we did was co-sign something. They actually are the ones that's in the country, the immigration office that's saying, oh, this black person could come in. Can you give me your resume? Oh, this black person can come in. It's not a Pan-African sitting in the immigration office saying, yeah, we want black people who want to fight against the war. No.
The legislation was passed during the Civil Rights Movement. The legislation was passed because our people fought for it. I wasn't alive. I was born. I died.
So when no immigrants
I was born 12 years later. I'm not saying that an immigrant didn't fight for it. I'm not saying that they didn't. But that was us. They could have been involved. If I come to your house and do something with you, I'm still doing it with you. If I come to your house and help you cut your grass, I'm still cutting your grass. That's your grass, not mine. It's yours. I'm helping. But that's your grass.
I'm agreeing with you if you want to take that statement, but in that statement, we did not read the lines as to who was coming in the country. So
no,
when
we
she said,
no,
look,
that's not true,
understand,
brother. So we got to know the history, brother.
are you hearing what I'm saying? Are you hearing what I'm
Brother,
saying?
are you aware of
Slow
the
down.
Immigration Act? Are you?
Slow down. I'm agreeing. I'm saying if we agree with you, the next part of the line is we did not say what type of black people we want to come in the country. It was white folks who were deciding what type of black folks coming in the country. That's what I'm saying. Right now, there's no Pan-Africans in the forefront of saying what type of black people, what type of Jamaicans we want in the country.
You
No,
know
it's
they're
white
actually
person.
they're trying to repeal those things now, so Africans can't come to the country.
And whoever, all I'm
Yeah,
saying is,
that's actually
it's not
that's
a
a push.
Pan-African
It's a
perspective.
political push now in America to prevent Africans from coming here.
I'm not only talking.
Because
Hold on, you're not
legislation.
responding to the point. I'm saying
No,
that
no, no,
in
no,
the
no, no.
office, when you
I
fill
mean,
out your
dude,
application,
how is that important? How
Garfield,
is
will you
that
explain?
important? How is
Because
that important?
this is what excludes the type of black person that you're looking for. So the type of black person that they're looking for is one that's going to look at black people here as an enemy. That's
How
the
do
one
you
that's going to
know
put it
that?
with Garf. How do you
That's
know
why,
that?
I mean,
Garfield.
come on, bro. I
Look,
mean, you can say,
look.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
it's
look in
believable,
the
but you're
chat.
saying it like it's
Look,
a fact, and it's not.
I'm gonna show you. If Garfield pulls up any person that's from the Caribbean that comes here, they will tell you you have a whole list of things you have to go through to get into America. They check your ideologies. You cannot be on no black power ideological stuff talking about I want to come to America. Now with everybody slipping in, but if you're coming in with a regular visa, that is definitely not happening.
Hey, we got True Story. We got True Story just joined. If you want to say something, you got it, bro. I'm guessing that True Story.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Y'all not set me up. Y'all talking about 100 different things. I ain't saying the word.
Yeah, I agree. We started with, I started off with voicing my support of not my support, my acknowledgement of the immigrant, the black immigrant contributions to our freedom or to our success, to our way of life here. Cujo jumped on and chewed me out. I let him do his thing, and here we are, man. But so what you want to? Oh well, let me do before you go. This is Audrey Lord. Her folks is from St. Croix and Barbados. She was a lesbian. She fought on the.
Nice.
Say it again. Her contributions covered lesbianism. I mean, not lesbianism. Feminism, socialism.
He's about to kill the whole thing.
That's what. I'm just giving y'all. Just look up these people. I'm just giving you. I'm just. It's a halftime show. Go ahead.
Hold on. I'm curious, Thunder. What does Audrey Lorde have to do with what y'all was talking about with Audrey Lorde?
I'm talking about the contributions of immigrants to our plight. And I think most people, in my opinion, and Cujo disagrees, but in my opinion, there was a video. Hopefully, Garfield plays it again. I want him to play it again, where the lady was just hollering and screaming about Nigerians and how they should be thankful to us. In other words, they created the space in which that they can thrive. Right? That's what that's what she's saying. She's saying African Americans contributed we should be attributed to their success here. And I'm saying
she did not say that, bro.
Okay,
you're misrepresenting the hell out of her.
That's fine. And I told you I have no problem with admitting I'm wrong. I've asked Garfield to play the thing 5 times.
Yeah, that clip wouldn't.
That's what we got
it
for
wouldn't
right
show
now.
Her entire conversation. But I could kind of give you a quick synopsis on it. What she was saying was, like I said before, she was saying that it was Black Americans who made that immigration possible. That was her point. She wasn't saying that immigrants didn't do anything. She's like, it was Black Americans who made that possible. It was people over here dying that made that possible. That's what she was saying. That's it.
Black immigrants made it possible
that's
too.
Not true. I mean,
how about that?
Who? Where?
It wasn't
Where was
just
they?
Black Americans, bro. That's what I'm
I mean,
gonna
but
stick with that.
in mass it was, brother. Ain't nothing
Well,
wrong
you
with us
talking about
goddamn bigging up
mass
ourselves sometimes.
again? If you want to disregard what their contributions were because it wasn't a whole bunch of them, and to
And
me
that's why
that's
I
just
said
disingenuous.
that's why I
In my
said
opinion, it's
how many
disingenuous.
Caribbeans were lynched in the United States? I said Indiana because I know Indiana had a huge number in like 1920. They had more than anywhere in the South. That's why I said Indiana. But that's why I said that.
So
I'm
you're
not taking
saying
anything away
well
from
disregard. So
individuals from the Caribbean who came
the
here
false
and were pretty
equivalency
much
is
acculturated into American culture.
you are
Big up to
saying
them.
just because they weren't lynched in Indiana that they didn't see. This is my. I
That's
don't
not.
even know
I'm
how
not
to
saying
have
they
that
didn't
argument.
contribute. I'm not
I don't know
saying
how to
that,
have that argument with you, bro.
bruh.
I don't
You
know.
don't find Jamaicans sitting here arguing with other Jamaicans about what America did in Jamaica. You don't have
What
that.
have Americans done to contribute to the plight of Jamaicans?
Bought that garbage weed for decades.
Yeah, for
Tell
one,
me.
and just the music, for instance, like you had the American R&B, and to this day, Jamaicans still redo songs and shit from, that they heard on the BBC. You know what I'm saying?
Are you serious?
So,
Are you saying that
that's the truth.
a remix is what we contribute?
No. I'm talking about early on in the game. I ain't talking about Bounty Killer. I'm talking about early in the game. I'm talking
okay,
about
fine.
like
You
in
saying
the early
that's
1900s.
it? We did some remixes?
More than that. I mean, but that's not important. I'm not trying to say what we did for Jamaica. See, that's the difference. I'm not trying to say that. I'm not. I mean, I think it's cool.
You're not.
I think
I'm
it's cool.
saying what immigrants
I'm saying
did
because
us.
like it shows our connection, and I think we should recognize our international connection, especially those of us in the West. I do. We should recognize that because it's unique and it's distinct from many of those people on the continent, and that should be recognized because it is different. The same can be said that a Haitian's experience is different from a Jamaican's experience.
You know what's crazy? I'm willing
How
to
is that
gamble.
not true?
Now I'm willing to gamble that one of your grandparents or grandparents is probably from the Caribbean.
No, you don't have to gamble. I'm aware of one who came from Jamaica in 1918 or either 1898.
This whole
I can't
argument
remember.
is getting weird now.
One
If
person,
you know this,
one
you
human being.
Wait, so what's the
One
problem?
person.
We
One
talking
person.
about? Is
One
it
person.
coconut beef? Am I missing it? We beefing with
No,
the
it's
coconut?
one person. Yeah, but I guarantee you that if you did your shit, your family from Virginia. How about that?
Wait, Cujo, no, seriously, I'm trying to figure what's the fight? What's the problem? It was a fight over.
They don't think that I'm that they think that I'm trying to like I've been accused of being an American elitist.
Well, God bless America. I'm right with you, brother. God damn it. Is that what we talking about? Yes. Yes.
But I'm saying American Africans, we should recognize our solidarity.
Yeah.
We don't have to exclude other people in our views on Pan-Africanism, but we should recognize our solidarity insofar as our culture and what made us. Yeah, there were outside contributions to our culture from different Caribbean islands, of course, but this culture is ours, by and large.
Is it an issue of cultures clashing or something like that?
I don't think, to be quite honest, I don't think we really have a firm grip on the historicity surrounding the subject. Because Jamaicans would have been different. Like any Jamaican.
Well,
but you're 1/4.
Hold on.
Caribbean,
I'm
right?
not 1/4, dude. How's that 1/4?
Can I just say something? Once again, this is not a new argument by any means. This was at the root of the Great Migration. I hate to get all nerdy, but this was going on right in the center of Harlem. So y'all hear me say coconut and all that. And yes, I joke around and all that stuff, but that has roots in something, right? And before it was coconut, they were called monkey huggers. This is real talk. This ain't nobody just making it up. This is what the good old Southern folks and the people who were from the North were calling not only Africans, but also the West Indians that were coming over because things were problematic and it was cultural clashes, just like what y'all talking about today. This is in the heart of Marcus Garvey, right in the middle, and Audre Lorde, well, she's a little later, but Caribbeans is right in the middle of this as well. And those culture clashes are going on right there. So it's a lot of both going on that, to be honest, a lot of people just ain't really mature enough to really talk about, but it ain't as romantic on either side as people are trying to make it.
Not at all.
To be honest,
and like you mentioned the Great Migration, the same way when our people began to move to the northern cities and they were called Bamas and Geechee and all that shit.
No, but besides that, what I'm talking about is
I know what you're talking about, but I just wanted to point out because you also say that as well.
Yeah, well, you are Bama, and you're gonna stick with it. You're Bama,
exactly.
But see what coconut and half the goddamn paddles of coconut a bunch of times.
I mean, you get your people from you got some.
But my point is more serious
crabby
than this.
asses.
Here it is. My point is more serious than this, and I think you touched on it, where everybody contributed to something that makes this thing that we have, right? And I'm not taking away from that, but
everybody contributed.
Yeah, but Thunder, to a point of like you have people who, once again, it's kind of weird. Like they didn't have choice necessarily to go to Guadeloupe or Jamaica or whatever it is. They ended up being snatched from the jungle to get there, but they did have choice to come to Harlem or Chicago or New York or whatever. So they're coming with with the different mindset to begin with, and that's what
Garfield.
That's what it was. And the thing is, you have people from the South who have their own or have a unique culture to themselves who are coming across people who they have no idea about their culture, whether they be African or coconut. That's just the facts. These people are coming from Bama and Georgia and South Carolina. All this. How many Jamaicans was down there? How many Africans was, immigrants was down there? They don't have exposure to them. So that's where the cultural clash is coming. What you gonna wait? You gonna then recite "If We Must Die"? You got the right one, but you understand now. We get into Claude McKay, since you want to bring him up. That was one of the problems right there when it became more of a transnational fight, which becomes about the roots of Pan-Africanism, right? So now what we got here is the West Indian trying to define themselves in the midst of us, the new Negro, trying to redefine ourselves. That became a clash in and of itself. So don't think they were just running around with Jamaican flags. These are people from a whole bunch of other St. Vincent and all these other off-brand islands coming together to get a West Indian identity right there as well, brother.
Okay.
So it's a lot going on. Go ahead.
All right, Claude McKay. That's a
If We Must Die, if you want to read the poem, I think you should. Beautiful.
Great.
You should have read it.
That's a great take, but that's not my point right now. My point is this: he was a foreign immigrant that according to this, he was a central figure.
He was
in the Harlem Renaissance, right? I'm not sure. Say what?
Indisputable. Let's go.
Right. So this is my point. I'm gonna stay right there. I'm gonna stay with immigrants. This is my point. I'm not going no further.
Okay,
immigrants
so you don't have
that contributed to our plight today.
Right. So what we have to understand is that plight in that story was way before the immigrants got a hold of it, like Schomburg and others to start documenting.
Yes.
So what you have to understand is they are contributing to the story that was in progress.
Okay, good.
I would say just like the Jamaicans,
they became a part of
like the Suriname
story. Exactly. They were a part of what we're talking about. You can't just disregard them.
They became a part.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I said that.
No, you and that crazy lady totally different.
Because you misrepresented her argument. She didn't say what you said, bro.
Listen what I'm telling you, man. I have my opinion, bro, and I ain't finna let you or nobody else change that. You got to accept that I have a different opinion of what she said. I don't have the same opinion you have, bro. I don't care how many times you say it. You can say it 10 times. I disagree.
That's a point.
In my opinion,
it doesn't change the fact that you didn't hear the
No problem. That's fine. I disagree with her. And I'm showing that people from other places contributed to those Nigerians being here just like African Americans did. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna continue.
Not directly.
Hey Thunder, can I ask you a question?
Go.
Let's get a little bit more, since I guess you pro-black and pro-African all of a sudden. So what people don't want to talk about, and it's going to get uncomfortable for a second, is I'm seeing firsthand some stuff going on that nobody really wants to talk about.
What's that?
Because it's not only just Venezuelans and border jumpers. There is a ton of West Africans, migrants here. And you know what? They're jumping the line with a lot of things that have happened. And it's a lot of Black homeless men out here, ADOS, FBA, flag waving Americans and otherwise, who are eating out the garbage and going crazy right now. I think that's a huge problem.
My brother, as a conservative,
there you go. Come on.
As a conservative, all that I say is you get what you voted for. That was I'm glad it's happened. Listen, I'm glad y'all getting y'all behind Kate.
No. It's
I
not
mean,
even.
how can you be glad that people are suffering?
I'm glad you get you behind
Nobody
Kate.
say nothing. No,
Man,
until you address.
Thunder.
No, you want me to talk about it.
That's not your position right now.
Tell me what you want me to talk about. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna tell you what your position is now, Mr. African Nigerian loving immigrant. Those are the people that's coming over here getting them checks that you so vigorously fighting for right now as well. I didn't even see what the lady might be talking about, but them people coming over here. Now go ahead and keep fighting for them. You can't play both sides, bro. You a black man, I caught your ass. No, you are pro-Nigerian immigrant now, brother. So don't get off of that.
I think you're way off.
Got you.
What I'm telling what you're doing. Now you way off. I'm not talking about no Nigerians here now. I don't care about them people. I ain't got nothing in common with them.
Defending, aren't you? Am I missing?
I'm not defending them. I said immigrants. Her point was these Nigerians need to shut their mouth and acknowledge that African Americans have created the space in which they can thrive today. Right? That's her point.
That is not her point.
In my opinion, that's her point. What I'm contributing. Hey, Garfield, can you just play the video? I know you hear me, man. You play the video.
That's not her point.
I don't care what you.
He's pro-Nigerian now. He on her side.
No, you're doing that. That's the
you are. You the one.
That's on you. No, I'm talking about the contributions of immigrants to our fight. I'm not gonna let none of y'all niggas tell you. You dealing with me, bro. You're not gonna take me off my square.
She was actually
you are pro-Nigerian immigrant.
Yeah, so you're not gonna take me off the square. You're not gonna take me off.
She was
not gonna take me off. Nigerian immigrant.
She was talking about Nigerians who are in Nigeria, who came to her page and were talking shit, saying how they would do X, Y, and Z.
Nah, I know you wrong about that.
That's what she, I listened to the whole thing, brother.
No problem.
I mean, you didn't, and I did. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna misrepresent it to try to win an argument. I'm not here to win.
Wait, no, seriously though, I got a question. How does this play out now? And I'm being 100% serious about this question with you wokes. This is what I like to ask y'all. It's a whole bunch of immigrants from your melanated zones who are coming over here getting a lot of resources right now, and they could be taken away from your family. Does that cause some type of friction? And by the way, well, hold on. Now that Q's on here, and they also insulating themselves in weird ways. Why don't we Why does it have to wait for it to come to a head for people to start talking about these things?
Because y'all are party loyalists and y'all are brainwashed to keep.
I mean, you sound just like white folks projecting like shit.
Yeah,
y'all keep voting Democrat for all your life, and y'all scared to stop. And then when you get what you voted for, you get what you voted for. How many of us raise your hand didn't know that they were finna unlock that border and let everybody go crazy like Obama did?
When was the border unlocked?
Everybody did.
Why won't the damn GOP pass the Biden's bill?
Fun fact: the West Africans didn't come over the border.
Hold on, let's listen later. Hold on, Dan. Hold on, Cujo. Hold on, here you go. Can't hear it, Garfield.
What resources they getting?
And be able to do anything is because of the hard work, the blood. The only reason why your black ass would be able to come over to America and be able to do anything is because of the hard work, the blood, the sweat, the fighting, and the dedication of African Americans who on this soil changed this land. African Americans are the ones who got this country integrated. Let me explain something to you.
Stop it. All right. Now, Did I mishear something, Cujo?
What's the problem? What happened though? Was
Dude,
she wrong about anything she said? I'm curious.
You're summing up her entire argument, which you haven't heard. But that's what you heard. You don't even know the context in which she was speaking.
It don't even matter. Is that
It
correct?
does
What
matter.
she
How
just
the hell
said?
doesn't context matter?
I'm gonna say
Cujo.
yeah. I'll say yeah.
Is she correct?
I'll say
Yes.
yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, good. No problem. All right, keep going, Garfield. Garfield.
White people in this country did not give us anything. We have had to take. We took in the 1960s. We took their lynchings, their terrorizing, their burning down of our neighborhoods, and we continue to rebuild and rebuild and revisit and retwist and re-rise up what it is that we have done in this country. And the only reason why anybody can bring their black ass over here from another mother effing country is because what black Americans have done on this land. And I'm saying this as a person who's bicultural, whose father is not American, doggone it. My father is an immigrant, and he was able to come over to this country and do something in this country because of the black people who fought, who died, who bled, who were lynched on this land. So don't sit your black ass over there in some other goddamn country talking about what you would do in America. The only reason why your black ass should even get the F over here is because of what we have done. Doggone it. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. The only reason.
All right.
Where's she from? Barbados? She like Barbados. She a coconut, yo.
All right.
Q
Butter, go ahead, Q.
Her dad from Ghana, I think.
Go ahead, Q Butter. Go ahead.
She a coconut. Why you laughing, Q Butter? Why?
She kept it hard, son. She kept it hard. She tried to get some love. So that's what I heard.
Let me put him on the big screen. His last laugh. Get on the. You put him on the Hot 97 big screen right now. You laugh
hard just now. I ain't gonna lie. So she was keeping it hard. Son.
All right, now Q Butter, you heard the whole thing. Now, what do you think of what she just said? You tell me.
She was going a little too extra.
I agree with the extra.
Yeah, she was going a little too extra. I thought if she was like full foundational Black American, my family been here 400 years, but she threw me off. And my father's from the Caribbean.
Yo, Daddy heard it. Daddy said you hear the coconut. He told y'all. He told y'all that shit.
Hey, what just happened is?
I don't hear Jamaican. It sounds like Barbados or something like that, right? Don't it? Don't sound.
No, she said Barbados. She did say Barbados.
Yes, because it's kind of proper.
Oh, you know the coconut accents very well, huh?
I am from Brooklyn, New York, man. How many times I can keep telling you, man?
That's why when I've listened to Q talk, Q knows when you come to New York and y'all argue about mac and cheese. And y'all know y'all ain't make no mac and cheese better than the Jamaicans, man.
Oh, hell no.
Wait, hold on.
Now you my American. Where my son from Virginia at? Where Cujo at? I'm back with Cujo now. Ain't no reason Jamaicans should be making no damn macaroni.
Nobody has ever gone to the Jamaican restaurant for macaroni and cheese. Ever.
I eat mac and cheese from my Jamaicans all the time. I don't know what y'all
talking
about. Mac and cheese is a Virginian thing. Virginia bought that. That's Virginia.
True. You agree with her?
What about what she said?
The whole thing, everything she ever said.
I'm not co-signing nothing. Everything. She a little 730, and she got some coconut repressed issues. That's
okay.
Somebody block Q story for me, please. Let's block it one time.
Do you believe now? In your opinion, do you think that she's acknowledging the contributions of immigrants to this our plight? In that what she just said.
Well, I mean,
just be for real. Did she acknowledge any immigrant contribution? Yes or no?
Jesus, Thunder. I don't think so.
Okay,
but she also was talking about from the 1960s, so that timeline is obviously captured around what people know best in the whole Martin Luther King era, right? To begin with. So it's a story where, it's easy to grab that part, and that's where the passion and the what they call that and the fire in the belly, and where she's from. She's from Garfield's town, so they talk like that, fire in the belly. They talk very metaphorically, and she has the coconut eyes as well. But with that said, that's where the passion and the fire in the belly came from, brother. And she told you herself, her father had to go to hell. They probably call her father Stedman and Beckford and Patrick Ewing and all type of stuff. But he had 9 jobs, and he found a way for her to probably go to a very good state school. So there you go. She know what time it was. She ain't denying the fact. She know damn well her father was called the coconut.
Her mother's an American, and
Right.
she pointed out she said her father was the one who pointed out to her that he wouldn't have had the opportunities he did had it not been for
Because he
the
probably
American
didn't live in Crown Heights where they had the numbers. He was living somewhere where the coconuts was low, so he had to play. He was
Yeah, I
probably
mean, anywhere in New York, we're speaking from a point of deprivation. You know what I'm saying?
you can only stick your chest out in Crown Heights or maybe in parts of the Bronx back then, till they got to St. Albans.
Big up, Lawrence.
So I did not misrepresent that young lady at all, in my opinion.
Yes, you did. Yes, you
I don't
did.
think I did.
Yes, you did.
I don't believe she acknowledged time the contributions of black immigrants.
She's not making an argument about black immigrants not doing anything. She's not making that argument.
Share screen, Garfield.
You're interpreting it that way. She didn't say that at all. She said nothing about black immigrants didn't do this, black immigrants didn't do that.
No, I said she did not acknowledge the. See,
I mean,
listening is an art.
What did she
I
say
said
that was wrong? Tell me one thing she said that was wrong. Don't tell me what she didn't say. Tell me one thing she said that was wrong.
My point is what she didn't say.
What did she say that was wrong?
Nothing.
No, what she said was,
but what she excluded was the contributions of black immigrants, which I have included.
What does that
whole
have
show.
to do with her conversation?
Did she talk about the contributions of the Chinese?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, why?
About the contributions of the Chinese.
It's got to be all inclusive. I
There
thought like that on the
there were Asians and the black Panthers, brother.
She snapped on them Nigerians.
There used to be white globetrotters.
And she said it out of her mouth. African Americans. That's what she said out of her mouth. I'm not misrepresenting her. I'm telling you, black immigrants contributed to our plight as well. That's been my whole point for 2 hours.
Hey, Thunder. I'm gonna give
black
you one.
Americans contribute to the fight
before you read that,
for all Africans.
But hold on, Cool Joe. Thunder, I'm gonna give you one in Garfield that's gonna make the ADOS real mad. This is true. At the foundation of basketball, one of the major contributors to why we playing basketball is some coconuts.
Oh man, you stupid, yo.
Yo, Garfield, matter of fact, you got the wrong hat. Go ahead. Before you go, Q, Garfield, that Black Fives hat, you got to get the Alpha Physical Culture team and look up who founded the Alpha Physical Culture team. You got the wrong hat. Now, go ahead, Q.
Your daddy worked on the Panama Canal, didn't? Or somebody, your granddaddy? Who was
grandfather.
Your grandfather, yeah.
Yeah,
go ahead, Q, buddy.
This article that he's proposing right now. Go ahead, Q. Go ahead, you up, bro.
Now I was just showing like 1881 and 1915, 250,000 male laborers, mostly from Central America. 1930s, 100,000 black immigrants from Caribbean. Like, and they were here to help build the country. To help.
When did the shower posse come?
But watch this though. Remember the swallow migrants that they brought in after 1865 to work on the cotton fields from Jamaica.
Okay, hold on. Wait, first of all, let's be clear, Claire. We're talking about rebuilding the country. We built this country.
Nobody talking about we built anything. I'm just saying that Jamaicans was here and so-called quote unquote immigrants was here from way back then. So as far as it wasn't Jamaica yet anyway, but I'm just saying.
Oh, they go Claude McKay. Look, Claude McKay, right? I just bought him up.
Yep.
Look at Sean Bird.
But how does that take away from her argument?
What about her? That has nothing to do
with y'all, John Henry Clark, and everybody.
And black immigrants contributed to this damn country as well. Hell no.
Who's arguing against that?
No.
I said I'm arguing for it. That's what I say.
It's really. Hold on. No, what happened is I think Kojo took what Thunder said the wrong way. Thunder said that I'm doing my next book is going to be Made in America. All right, and it's going to show contributions of African American groups, how it has influenced what we do here in the West, meaning Rastafarianism, Hebrew Israelism, the Morris Science Temple.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah, Nations of Gods and Earth. Yeah. Why not? But
those is fine. The you know that, Garfield. Them Hebrew Israelites and them other Rastafarians. Those are some coconut oriented pseudos.
What
Yeah,
about
but what's his name? He talked about he got it from Chicago from the dude.
Who's that, Cherry?
That's the point.
No, Ford, Wentworth,
yeah,
and Ford, and a couple other ones too.
Yeah, they
That's
coconut.
yo, Garfield, yo, can I show something real quick?
But it's made in no. My point is, it's made in America, just like
But
Leonard
you
Howell. Hold on, Q. The Leonard Howell, he what you call it? He talked about getting it from the guy from Chicago. That's where he got the
Right,
whole.
here you go. This is going to write what you're saying. Let me show you.
Hold on. Let's do John Baptist first, and then we'll go to yours. John Baptist points to Sable.
Haitian guy.
He found it, right? Haitian found it. Chicago. Well, quote, he's alleged to have found it Chicago. This is. Come on, bro.
A fur trapper.
But
Don't
you
say
saying
you talking about some damn Martin Luther King all day to me.
Yo, so do you realize that there were streets? There's a museum in Chicago with streets. That's not a secret to nobody but you, brother.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't say it's a secret. I said acknowledge it. Acknowledgement.
You don't know that though.
Yo,
Who doesn't know
Thunder,
that?
can you see my screen?
No.
Can somebody please show
Hold
my
on,
screen?
hold on. I got you.
Thank you.
There you go.
So first of all, I'll read it if you want to, but here you go.
What?
End of the world, scared Harlem, right? This is the goal, exactly what I'm saying. I'm just going to scroll down to the Bishop Hickerson. You know that name, right?
Mm-hmm.
You should. Okay. So this is what's going on in Harlem at the time. It says there was another group of people in Harlem who at this time were going through an experience that seemed like the end of the world, of bright dreams which they have been living for several years. There are two distinct classes of Negroes here: the domestic and the foreign-born. This is 1925. The former native-born Americans, loyal citizens and possessing most of the wealth, are apparently happy and contented, asking of the white citizens only the opportunity to work out their own salvation in their own way. The foreign group have come in from different parts of the West Indies and Africa and various other places where conditions were not to their liking. They have their own newspaper, The Negro World, which has French and Spanish sections as well as English. Many of them are quite radical and are not satisfied now that they are here. It is this group who have long been looking forward to the formation of a government of their own in Africa under the leadership of President General Marcus Garvey of the UNIA. These are now facing the end of their world and the conviction of their leader from using the mails. This is when he gets in trouble. But this article is about Hickerson and what's going on in Harlem at time and its establishment of those Black Jews and other stuff, and then what's going on with the Black churches. Out of this, Garfield, real quick, you see 144,000 in front of your screen. This is that early of that Church of God in Christ and all that with cherry.
Revelation.
Right. Those whole Adventist stuff. So what's going on is they going through that, but also this element of, you see it for yourself, the West Indians and Africans are doing something else as well.
The foreign group have come in different parts of the West Indies and Africa.
Wait, hold on. And this goes into, if you really want to get more civil, when Rob Moore and I talk about this conjuring and scam gods and all this stuff coming out, you have some of these Caribbean people coming in bringing the stuff, as well as the Southern people, pseudos. But what the Caribbeans bring is this independence they talk about lead to them doing certain things like Cool Joe mentioned. So they do come with the more of an independent mind state, right? So then you have them trying to set up little businesses and get behind Garvey, as well as the banking system with what they call a society or whatever. But that whole Susu thing is what really started getting them going, because that became the numbers game. And that's why you see the coconuts so heavily in the numbers game. Madam Sinclair's a coconut, and Casper
West
Hope's
Indian Archie.
coconut. That's all of them. That's where that comes from.
Man, you got to stop this coconut stuff, man.
That's what they are.
You got to stop.
I've been a Yankee for almost half a century, brother. So they're going to be coconuts. That's just how.
Yeah, but you do descend from people who pick up.
You're
crabs
Alabama, so you be quiet.
Yeah, I mean, you descend from people who pick up crabs with their feet.
You Alabama, brother. So I don't need you to go and break down where we need to stay focused.
That's not even a real man. Come on, bro. Them blue crabs. You know what I'm talking about?
Leave that
See, y'all not
alone.
familiar. Truth also has descendancy in Virginia, on the Eastern Shore.
Here
The
you go.
blue crab capital of the world.
He's not a
The blue-
coconut. He's not a
the
hidden
blue-
coconut.
Now,
Brother,
see, the
listen,
people over there,
I
they're
have
a
been
little different.
free
They
from
pretty
before
much
you
speak their own
niggas.
language.
When you niggas was swinging from trees, I was free in America. Don't you ever forget that. I'm not
Yeah.
and Cujo, you know good and goddamn well all people. Ain't no slaves in this line, nigga. You got to go way. Go ahead.
No, you don't. You don't have to go that far
Who
back.
don't? Who don't?
You don't.
Shit.
How far
No,
back you
Cujo,
talking?
offline, we will go. I will go right down
I mean,
there.
you say you're coming down here, so I mean,
Yeah,
I want
nigga.
to
When
show
I
you the
come
slave
down there,
trail.
you must be
I want
out
to show you the slave
down there.
trail.
The whole town, Painter, Naswadex,
Yeah, I know
Exmoor,
Naswadex.
all of those, all through there. Free.
Yeah, quite a few. Yeah, because they lived in a bit of
Get
isolation.
this slave talk stuff off the screen. But anyway, let's go.
My bad. Free.
Come on, Thunder. You got to come back with something, man. Come on, man.
No, I think
I'm not at all disagreeing with. I mean,
I'm a sit here. I'm gonna do it. I told you I would do it all night. I'm just bring up different black immigrants that contribute to our plight. That's all.
Oh wait, hold on. Thunder, let me just say this real quick, because I think I had rewinded. I heard Garfield say this. So we had parades for Emancipation Day in 33 and 34, and they actually turned into riot.
Hold on. You cut out? Yo, you there?
I don't know where he went.
Danny.
He probably in the subway or something. You know how they do turnstile jumping ass.
Don't be violating us in New York, man. You heard what he said? You heard what he said? You gonna let him get away with that?
Wait, hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right.
You call you a turnstile jumping nigga. You say you're a turnstile.
I know. You see what I'm saying? This is the part we try to make peace with you, slow foot, slew face, ass niggas, and you always end up acting up. We trying to have civil accord from north to south. You know what I'm saying? In light of
I
Black
don't have a
history.
driver's license and I'm 50. Get out of here, man.
I
don't even know how to drive.
Leave my car in the front yard. Come on, man. Uncle Clint ass niggas.
No.
Yo, I'm
Richmond
sorry.
is pretty much a northeastern city the way it's built.
But seriously, what y'all got to do with this guy Thunder? I appreciate you with the Black History Month people showing them, brother. But are you dealing with the Harlem Renaissance period? Is that what you're doing?
I am dealing with black immigrants that contributed to our plight. That is it.
What was our plight?
I know.
What is our plight?
Huh?
What
No, what is our plight?
Yeah, what is our plight?
We currently live in the greatest country on the planet.
So the black people that contributed to the greatest country on the planet. So
they contributed to the greatest country on the planet. Yes.
So they're part of the problem.
Well, that's on you. You know that if you feel that America is the problem,
it's different from your kind. But God bless America. We can agree on that at least.
Yeah.
No, you can't. Obviously, we can't. If you think America the problem.
Who? I didn't say America's a problem. I'm repeating what you said. America has no problem. It's the land of freedom.
I didn't say it had no problem. I said the greatest country in the world. That's what
it is. I didn't. I'm the one that says that. That's indisputable, brother. It's just that you were coming from the Ruckelsonian school, and I don't necessarily agree with that tactic.
Nah, I didn't say that. I didn't say America was perfect. I didn't say America had a problem. I said America is the greatest country on the planet, and I'm a stand by.
I don't dispute that. You ain't getting no argument from me.
I think that's an immature argument.
We got black immigrants that came to this country and contributed to it. That's all I'm saying.
You also have Swedish ones too, Nordic ones,
that would be an opinion. That's an opinion.
Ukrainian ones.
Of course, it's an opinion. It's my opinion.
Right. It's of little significance.
Do you agree, Thunder? Do you agree
I
that
love America?
Do you agree that the exchange is equal, Thunder? Do you agree that the FBA people also contributed to the success where they are?
Yes.
All right. So isn't that what Pan-Africanism, I guess, is supposed to?
I'm not Pan-African. I don't care about no Pan-African.
So why are you so involved, entrenched in the history of the Pan?
Yeah, there you go. It's historical. I'm not finna disregard history for the sake.
Great answer.
For the sake of my
Do you understand that? Do you realize that Claude McKay was a really big Pan-African?
Who you say?
Claude McKay.
Claude McKay, yeah, I just read it.
You know what it sounds like, Thunder? It sounds like you have a problem with that woman. That's what it sounds like.
No, here, no, Cujo, wait, hold on, Thunder. No, stay right there, because this became the problem. This is what I'm saying.
New Black World.
People coming up from the South and trying to get on this unity tip because their dispersal is, the Georgia Negro talking to the Louisiana one and so forth and so on in Harlem. But you got Claude McKay, Hubert Harrison, Marcus Garvey, all these people coming with something different that was ideologically causing issues. Huh?
I was saying Ford. You're talking about coconut.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about as far as ideology and this whole world look, which was leading to this whole Pan-Africanism thing. Don't get me wrong, but they were coming with something. Now you got to incorporate what's going on in places that these people ain't never been or heard of as far as this thing. And they're coming together, forming their own new Negro from this whole history. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now you got, because look at the organizations they form. They form national organizations.
I won't even bring them up.
No, here it is. They're forming multinational organizations, though. That's something totally different to somebody. I'm just fresh out of Georgia for the last 250 years, yo. I'm trying to build with the people from North Carolina and all these other places to form something new. You get what I'm saying? That became the fight. And this is why I keep trying to say, like, everybody wasn't with Garvey and that whole going King of Africa, going to Africa thing. That's not real. There was problems because the worldview that they had was something, yeah, that's cool, but now you're going to talk to the communists. That's Cyril Briggs, that's Claude McKay, that's all these other people now bringing the communist stuff into
most of them,
right? Which gets even more almost out of reach for people, right? All of this dynamic stuff is going on. I mean, the Harlem Renaissance was obviously a great period, but that's the issue. So they on some, Claude McKay makes If We Must Die, and they on that, but they talking about, yo, we gonna go save the planet. And homeboy from Georgia talking about, yo, I'm trying to get a crib in Harlem. Can you help me get a crib in Harlem? Like, what you talking about? So when you talk about now we have in the 21st century, these people talking about, well, the issue is America or in that sense Harlem, and another segment talking about, yo, the issue is us and this African thing. We still have that issue bumping heads. Like, why are you telling dude in Chicago, or how is it easy to tell dude in Chicago that's doing bad or whatever, like, yo, son, we got to really understand what's going on in Kenya too.
The Mau Mau.
No, I'm not talking about no Kenya or Nigeria, another place. I'm talking about America. That's what I'm talking about.
But see, the thing is, during the Civil Rights era, what I don't think you're recognizing is these African, they were, many of them were new countries at the time. They saluted the Black Americans in our struggle.
You ain't doing it.
They use that. No.
That's the problem, nigga. You ain't doing it.
How am I not doing it?
See, exactly.
How am I not doing it? No,
do it then, right now.
I know who the Mau Mau's are because I studied them. Because
do it right now.
They did, I'm impressed with. I'm impressed with what they did. I'm impressed with it. What they did, how they fought against the British. I'm impressed with it. So I'm aware of that. So I do recognize their struggle, like they recognize ours. What you're not realizing is the Civil Rights Movement pretty much galvanized Black people all over the diaspora. It did. It did. It's not a flex. I'm not saying we better than some damn body, but it's an absolute fact.
Honestly, Cujo, we lose that one though.
I'm talking pre.
Hey, yeah, I'm with you, Thunder, because we lose that one, Cujo. Because at the end of the day, them coconuts got a country. That's the only real win we got in this whole like snatching us out the jungle.
I get it, but see, we have a country too. We have a country too.
Who? Where? Don't say Liberia or Sierra Leone.
No, I'm saying America is my country. The hell, I ain't talking about
No,
damn
Haiti.
Liberia.
Haiti is that. That's them slave people country. That's their country. They won that.
Oh, I mean, I get that part of it, but I don't think any white American has more right to say that this is his country than I do.
I agree
See,
with you, bro.
perhaps you may feel like that, but no,
Who?
because my family
I
has
don't feel
been
like
here
that. Like,
since
I'm from Virginia.
1608. Yeah, big up Virginia. My family been here since 1608
Oh, pardon
as
me.
far
I
as
was from the
immigrants go.
jungle, so I'm
And I'm also kin to Chickahominy and Pamunkey Indians in Charles City County, Virginia. So my family been here. So I
We don't
can't.
claim that. We
I
don't
can't
claim that
say
Abo stuff. Those
this
is
is
white
my
people.
country. This is absolutely my country.
Yeah, my
So
screen
the
got
same way. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No, you go. I'll just tell him share my
What
screen.
you say? You a Cucamonga Indian?
Chickahominy, get it right. Come on now.
Who is that right there, y'all?
Chickahominy and Pamunkey.
Emiliano Madruku,
Sound like
a Brazilian soldier, abolitionist, civil rights activist. He is thought to have been the first plaintiff in a lawsuit in the United States against racial discrimination and segregation, although the cause of action was a breach of contract. So this man was born in Brazil, contributed to our plight. How many more we gonna do, bro? Don't say it.
Slow down. Where is this at? Scroll down.
Where what?
Right, that part right there. And then tuck it. Right, keep going. The daughter was something. Daniel Webster. So this is
Big up Virginia.
Big up Virginia.
Nah, this wasn't the first.
Yeah, I don't even care if you the first. I'm just saying he contributed. I don't care about all that first stuff.
No, I'm curious because it's who's it? Mum Bet or whatever. That's cool though.
Yeah. Contribution to the U.S. civil rights and abolitionist movement continue over subsequent decades, but yet we don't have a clue of who this man is. This is all I'm saying. When people make those sort of arguments that African Americans, blah 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 blah, nah, I'm gonna fight you every time, bro.
Yeah, and all you have been able to do this entire conversation is bring up individuals, which is something I mentioned before you even started. I said you can show individuals they did X, Y, and Z. I'm not disputing that whatsoever. I agree totally, but that doesn't take away from it being an American movie.
Well, you want to take away. I'm saying add. I'm not taking away nothing. I'm saying to her, add black immigrants to your argument, and then she wouldn't have that. I guarantee you she would have been hollering and screaming if she really sat down and realized the positive contributions that black immigrants had to our plight. If she did that, she wouldn't be doing all that hollering and screaming.
We wouldn't be having this conversation if you heard her entire diatribe.
Okay, fine.
That's what I'm saying. We wouldn't even be having this conversation because she's not trying to exclude immigrants, black immigrants who were in this country in the early 1900s.
I said
she's not trying to exclude them. I said she's not trying to include them in what?
And any discussion that has anything to do with us and our plight today should include black immigrants. Period. Not just no African Americans. That's retarded.
Right. So you are for the Nigerian immigrants. That's what you said. Right there.
I said historically.
No, you didn't say history. You said period. And you were talking about the period. You are for the Nigerian immigrant.
I'm looking at stuff. This man was doing stuff in the mid 1930s, bro. That's what I'm talking about pre-civil rights movement. This nigga was doing this stuff way before.
When did you become pro-Nigerian American movement, though, brother? That's what I'm more surprised about, because you were still yelling that you are in favor of Nigerian immigration at the same time. You don't hear yourself yelling that?
No, you're just taking off You're diverting attention.
No, I'm not.
That's all you're doing.
No, I'm not.
And you're doing it in a very nice way. If I wasn't so firm on my square, bro, I would have been start arguing what you arguing. You ain't heard
Why
me
would you
say
argue
nothing
with
about
me, brother?
Nigeria. I don't care about no Nigeria.
Hey, Remris.
Y'all see?
No,
Y'all see?
actually,
At all. I refuse to ignore their contributions to our plight. I'm gonna stay right there. You don't go in no lodge for as long as I've been in on lodge, bro, and allow somebody to take you off your square. No, that ain't been that.
It would be better said contribute to our fight.
And why would you be on the square?
You said where?
I said why?
Why?
Mm-hmm. Because that's how they talk.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's how they talk. I was born in the Morristown.
I really go. I ain't no
pseudo-Masonic organization.
Who is that?
I said I was brought up in the Morristown Temple, which is a pseudo-Masonic organization.
Is it? I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you probably don't. It's a pretty
Cujo sits Thunder sits in the northeast corner on that one, brother. He's not in the light. He sits in the dark.
I don't know nothing about no more science temple.
Yeah.
I do know that
you don't know a lot about American history.
You know the Mormons have the same grips you do, Thunder?
I do know the Mormons and the AME.
What's the AME?
American Methodist Episcopal.
Black folk.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you teaching me. I didn't know that. Like they
have
deacon boards and stuff like that.
Huh?
They got a fraternal order social for what? Like the deacons and stuff?
Nah, hold on. Let me see if it's
I mean, it probably would be because many of the church elders were
or like what they call it, the board that takes care of the church, that part. Them guys. The rector and all them.
Deacon. I'm not too familiar with the church aesthetics.
They have a board that actually runs it. You saw Amen. What are you laughing about? That's the board right there that ran the church.
Come on, man.
That's the truth. What are you talking about? That was only one reference.
Now you finna mess the whole conversation up.
Because I'm giving a real world example.
Yeah, it's an example, but that ain't.
Turn on the light from
heaven, Lord, shine on me.
Turn on the light. You make me up to heaven, Lord. Let my way, Lord. Shine on me.
Shine on me.
Shine on me.
Shine on me.
I'm not doing this, bro. I ain't doing it.
We need to stop mocking our people.
Look at Stoic. Look at that's what you call it. That's what he said. Sounds as if she was being exclusionary. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm finna add it. I'm finna tell the whole story. No, African Americans were not alone.
You didn't listen to the whole.
African Americans were not alone in this fight. Period.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna stand on that.
Okay, let's get our vocabulary on. Predominantly, African Americans were the ones in the fight. Predominantly. If you want to look for exceptions, we can find some, I'm sure. But predominantly, it was a fight from American Africans.
Plessy. So you disregard Sabio Plessy? You talking about Plessy versus first? You talking about that one? That lawsuit?
Thunder, can you name the Black Americans involved in the Jamaican freedom struggle?
No.
Can you look those up for us and show us?
Don't exist, Thunder. He made that up. He don't exist.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. Okay.
I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to help you, Thunder. Don't look that up.
No, go ahead.
Because it could be Jamaica Queens.
Southside. First out. I'm still singing the damn Amen song in my head.
Yeah, I want to see the fraternity. Thunder, you for real? You found it?
No, I'm just saying they have. I'm looking at this Plessy versus Ferguson. I was just looking for the actual date. I didn't know the date. Yeah, it does predate. It does predate Emiliano. I think that was 1896, and Emiliano was
1830s.
No, 1930s.
Yes,
1930s, yeah.
The one you just showed? No, it was saying that was around the time of David Ruggles. That's the 18s.
No, 1930s.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry. You're wrong. I thought you said 1830.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Yeah, you're right.
Right, 18.
Lawsuit in 1833. Yeah, what you talking about, Sabio? I really thought that was 1930. No, that's 1830. Wow. What you talking about, Sabio? Anyway, yeah, that's what I was trying. I was like, hold on, I know he. That's why I was like, it's 1896. So I was like, okay, well, maybe it was 1930. No, that was 1830. Okay, you want me to do AME and let me see.
So are you in favor of African immigration today? Anyone? That's not just for Thunder. Cujo?
No, I don't care about Africans, bro.
Ellington?
I'm not in favor of African immigration. I think that could really boost our gene pool. But unfortunately, they come here and they normally isolate themselves, away from us. They segregate themselves. But eventually, I believe, like, this ain't no where I live is not like a big jungle or nothing like New York. So, like in Virginia, you do have a bunch of Nigerians, but the majority of them live in like the DC area. But the ones down here, they're pretty much a part of the black community.
In general, I would say yeah, but I would take them over these Mexicans, 100%. But who named this Thunder's black? Y'all are tripping. But anyway, I don't care about Africans at all, bro. Not
why? Why are you talking like that? Why do you say you don't care about people?
Damn.
I'm saying to the point where I want them to move it. That's what I mean. I don't care what they do.
Damn.
I mean, I worded it wrong.
Humanity
I will relent that. No problem. I stated the wrong way. They're my brothers, but as far as anything past that, no.
Thunder. So let me give you the inside scoop. So what's going down is a war of immigrants right in the middle of Times Square. So what's happening is the Venezuelans, they don't put them up in the hotel and everything. And as you can see, they getting free reign to beat up cops and everything, right? What they not telling you is, like I'm saying, there's a whole slew. And I found out it was it's war in a lot of countries in West Africa. That's what started it. But there's a lot of West African immigrants. And so the war is this. The Spanish people used to lock down all of the DoorDash and delivery places, right? So the West Africans came and they debowed the whole strip. So the Spanish people don't got no jobs. So all the delivery people now is West Africans. Q, tell me I'm lying.
Thunder, somebody trolling you, man. You got Thunder's black card.
I don't know what you're doing.
Tell me I'm lying about that.
He said I'm a hater. Who am I a hater? Who am I hating on? I'm pro black immigrant.
Look, don't nobody
I mean, they're gonna be like that as long as they can. But once they, just like the argument kind of sounds like in the early 1900s when you had an influx of Eastern Europeans coming into the United States, and you had the same type of arguments that we as black people are making against immigrants now that the white folks was making back then. That American nativism. It sounds eerily similar. It sounds eerily similar. I'm talking from a historical.
You can talk all that sweet stuff all you want. They not trying to live amongst you. I'm sorry to break your bubble.
I know they're not. They won't have a choice.
The difference is there was no welfare system. They weren't giving those people anything. They were only thing.
So the Homestead Act not a real thing? Are you serious? They weren't giving them anything? Are you familiar with the Homestead Act?
Listen, bro, you're talking. All right.
Yes or no?
Let's do it. Yes, I am. But let's do it again. When you're talking about then and compared to now, You're talking about the Homestead Act didn't include free everything, bro. Matter of fact, let's pull it up.
I didn't say it included free everything.
No, that's the point. That's what I'm saying. You can't bring up the Homestead Act. We're talking about right now.
Go ahead, look it up.
Yeah, well, you talking about right now. They talk. What Danny was talking about. I don't know nothing about no New York. I don't care about that place.
$1,000 a month.
Yeah, bro. That ain't no Homestead Act. No.
But you said I said they did give away. They did give stuff away. They did. They did get them things. They did.
No, I didn't say give it. I said there was no welfare system. That's what I said, bro.
Hey, time out. Hey, listen, I gotta get out of here. I gotta put Amir to sleep. And you're not doing any homework? All right, we gonna take care of that. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here, man. Get y'all last words in. Go ahead.
We should include. Do not forget, and Garfield has got to do a better job. No, he got to start. He ain't even started yet. So hopefully he takes this on. I have helped him I have gave you at least 10 or 15 names tonight. Danny has given you at least 5.
I got True Story on speed dial. Don't worry about it.
There are a myriad of black immigrants that have contributed positively to our welfare here in this great country that we call America. So that's all I'm saying to the young lady. No, I disagree with you. I'm not saying you're wrong. I believe you're incomplete. If you fail to realize, if you fail to acknowledge black immigrants, then to me you're being, even after this conversation, after all the people I just named and with the Wikipedias and all that other stuff, you're just being disingenuous after this. Now, before, you may not have heard those names. Those are names. Everybody's name besides the latest one, Emiliano, whatever his name was, I never heard of him. But the rest of them, I knew. I got them in my bookmark. So no, bro, I'm not gonna agree with her at all on that. Black immigrants have contributed to our plight, not just as much, but also, I say that. That's it.
Thank you for having me, all of y'all. I appreciate it. Respect everybody. I'm not saying that black immigrants didn't contribute to anything. I'm not saying that. I've never once said that. What I did say is, as far as the woman's argument, her argument was the American sacrifice that led to the African immigrants coming to the country en masse. That's all she said. That's all her argument was. She didn't talk about Claude McKay didn't do anything. Nobody's denying that. I'm well aware of that history, and it's awesome. However, I think we as American Africans need to recognize and develop some type of solidarity amongst ourselves because of our common heritage, our common history, and our blood tie kinship. Big up Virginia. And again, thank you.
I would like to
What
close
sacrifice,
out.
nigga? People died. The hell you talking about? Something? What sacrifice?
Are you
People
done, brother?
died. Nigga, nigga. Oh my God.
Are you done,
man.
brother?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. If we must die, let it not be like hogs, hunted and penned in an inglorious spot, while round us bark the mad and hungry dogs, make them mock at our cursed lot. If we must die, oh, let us nobly die, so that our precious blood may not be shed in vain. Then even the monsters we defy shall be constrained to honor us through death. O kinsmen, we must meet the common foe. Though far outnumbered, let us show us brave, and for their 1,000 blows deal one death blow. What though before us lies the open grave? Like men we'll face the murderous cowardly pack, pressed to the wall, dying, but fighting back. If we must die, by Claude McKay.
Yeah. Claude McKay, baby. All right. Hey, Q, you got something to say before we get out of here? All right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in, man. Peace and
Good
love.
show, man. Good show. Appreciate
All right.
everybody.
Peace. They're coming for you, Thunder. They're coming for you.
Oh yeah, they good.
You gotta watch that true story guy, man. Watch him, man. He's really a coconut.
They're not coming for Thunder.
They're not coming for Thunder?
What's up, Amir?
Hey, Thunder.
You all right?
Why they not coming for Thunder? Who's protecting him? You're protecting him?
Yep. Because
There it is.
Oh man, I'm out of here. Peace.
My friend. Peace.